starting now.
Hello, everybody.
Well, I mean, you're a little early.
I know. I know.
Yeah, so...
Uh,
Wait, so what pets are you sitting?
they're my. I'm pet sitting right now, and so there's two dogs, two guinea pigs, a couple hermit crabs,
Hermit crab.
and fish. Um, yeah.
Wow.
Uh, they're all being good so far.
I always forget that hermit
Um,
crabs are, like, real pets people have.
that you have to actually feed them and stuff, you mean? Or
Haha. Yeah, I mean, let's. I had I had multiple. Every child has a hermit crab at some point, right?
oh yeah,
So
I had hermit crabs that last like 10 years.
I had hermit crabs that lasted like 10 days. Uh, they more the problem was I could never tell if they were alive or dead. In the same way that I can never tell if my plants are alive or dead because they just live in their little shell and they would never come out. And I'm just like, are you alive? You never leave. I never see you. So how would I know?
I mean, I okay. I don't know how to respond to that. But
It's just it's just a theme in my life, like like, you know how I always say I have no idea whether any of my plants are alive or dead? Like the cactus I
yeah.
have, it's just, somewhere in the middle. I don't know,
I mean,
it's,
is it shriveled up?
no, but it doesn't make
Do
sense
you
why
water it once in a while?
once in a while, yes. Like,
It's good. That's all cactuses. Cacti.
yeah, I don't know. All my plants just live in a perpetual state of, but
Perpetual state of what?
That was great.
It is partially brown too. That's the problem. Is that that the hold on. I can actually show you what the cactus looks like. It's like right here. Hold on.
While we're vamping, I'm gonna pull up chat. That I can pay attention to. Oh,
I
It's
had
not
fully
fully brown. You know, it's
Whoa.
like yellowish.
that looks like a healthy
Yeah,
cactus.
but the bottom is brown. Like if you look in the bottom part, hold on. Like the bottom is kind of
Double
browning and very. It's probably healthy. I just don't understand why.
It looks like it's fine.
I get the cactuses do not need that much water. I'm aware of that. But
It looks like it's fine.
I think I give it
Just
like a cup
paint
of
the
water
brown
once a
part green.
month. Maybe I remember to give it water. And that does seem less than necessary, but I really don't know.
Tim said to just paint the brown part green.
There you go. I'm sure that will keep it alive.
Yep. Paint. Always necessary.
I mean, you guys took a trip to the Southwest. Didn't you see the painting crews out there?
Oh yeah, when we went to the
painting
to
the
the cactus
cactuses.
sanctuary. Probably too busy with
Yeah.
the cactus that got stuck to my shoe to notice the
Oh,
painters.
in fact, maybe that's why that one tree was green.
Mm.
Remember the bark on the
Oh,
one
yeah.
trees? The one type of tree was green,
Yes.
and it was like, it looked like it was kind of painted. We knew
that
it wasn't.
makes a lot of sense.
But maybe they were. Maybe they
I
were.
really don't have the good light set up here.
I mean, I'm not even my normal spot, so not even my normal house.
This is my new normal spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in my new normal spot probably next time we stream. Cause unless we do a special stream before next Friday, because next Friday I cannot be there. But the following week. So yeah. By the way, we will not be streaming next Friday because I am moving. So.
Oh, are we not playing like a?
No, my computers will be boxed up
thing?
in a U-Haul. So no.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Unless you want to like vid chat and we can figure out OBS in my computer. I kind of forgot about it the other
Yeah, I mean,
But I
I
couldn't
can
have the
maybe
internet
show
way.
you how to do it, but the amount of time that I have is limited in the next week because of all of the crazy packing I have to do. Um,
Gotcha. Yeah, no worries.
but you know, it wasn't so fun fact, guys. It wasn't so limited that I didn't watch an entire anime in the last 2 days. But to be fair,
Oh, okay.
that anime, each of the episodes were 8 minutes long, but it was 22 episodes. So how many minutes is that I devoted to it in the last 2 days? You think?
Too many.
Well, 22 times 8 is like a number. It's, you know, it's not that many hours.
You're the math
Yeah.
major.
No, I'm not an arithmetic major.
I know. But it's just funny to see your reaction. Sienna, did you just say something? I didn't hear anything.
I muted myself because
There we go.
I thought the dogs were gonna.
But so the anime I watched, I just want to briefly talk about this. Is so
Okay, because we are all here,
Oh.
so I do want to make sure we
Oh,
get
yes. Okay, well,
on
just
track.
I
But
promise.
briefly do
Yes,
your anime
you can
segment.
time me 3 minutes at most.
All right.
So, it was actually anime based off of my favorite webtoon that I didn't realize had an anime until I saw it randomly referenced.
What webtoon?
Super Secret.
Oh.
So basically, it's a webtoon. It's about a like a guy who is a werewolf whose whole family are various like supernatural creatures. It's not his family aren't werewolves. His family are others. So like there's one who's a witch and one who's a basically looks like Frankenstein. There's one who is like a shrine maiden, one who is a fox spirit. It's never explained how genetics work in this supernatural world of this thing. All I know is it is the cutest looking webtoon ever. Like just the drawing style is so cute. But anyway, the story itself is about him being in love with his neighbor, who is his best friend, you know, that kind of thing. But like she starts dating this other werewolf, but she also doesn't know that he is a werewolf. And like she doesn't know about supernaturals at all, so it's like this whole confusing thing where like he thinks that the other werewolf guy is dating her to get to him, and that's partially true, but it's a lot more complicated than that. But like, so there's all these weaving of these various characters in there, and the anime, the 22 episode 8 minutes each anime only gets through maybe like a quarter of the webtoon because it didn't get to my favorite relationship in the webtoon, which was sad, but which is a different relationship because there's a whole bunch of like different like a lot of characters, there's several different relationships, and they're all entangled, and it's kind of soap opera-y, but not in a like over dramatic way. But it's all so cute looking. Like the drawing style of this thing is so cute. I can't. Someone please just look up Super Secret. It's so cute. And then
I'll look it up later.
But anyway, yeah. I still recommend the anime. I enjoyed the webtoon better, or more, because the main guy kind of comes off a little bit as a jerk in the anime that I didn't feel like he did in the webtoon. But it's just kind of, I think it's a translation thing, because like he's, you know, he's trying to help the girl when he thinks that she's being used, and she kind of is. It's complicated, like I said, but he comes off as being like sounding like he controlling, even though his whole thing is that he's like doesn't want to treat her. It's like I can't explain it, but it just comes off as being controlling when that's really not how it should come off, or at least not how I remember it coming off in the actual webtoon. So I don't know, but otherwise it's very cute, and I do recommend the anime, but I recommend the webtoon a bit more. Anyway, so there you go. I'm done. I think that was
Cool.
2 minutes, so you know.
It was a little over,
really?
but
Dang it.
doesn't matter. I wasn't gonna stop you. I could tell you were almost done. All right. All right. So we are going to do our recap. Shan, you want to get into Roll20?
One of these days I won't forget. It's, to be fair, it's been a long day.
Same.
I feel that. All right. So
I did kick ass with the heavy bag, though.
Our recap for this week. We see our party, Zahara, Estrella, and Cade, have saddled up their horses and headed back out on the road, with the intent to go to Coven's Cove through Dormishire, and hopefully, without any problems. So you guys start on your way, and you're going this way because that was 2 sessions ago we rolled a die and you guys almost joined the war effort and then decided against it to go to Coven's Cove instead.
I think it was a valid choice.
So before leaving, Cade wrote a note to Esmain in a book and gave it to Titian, who said that they would give it to Esmain. Estrella ordered Timolt a cheese plate at the tavern as an apology. Apologies.
Apology cheese.
No,
apologies.
Yeah. And y'all. You went to Laz's, where Zahara got some juggler's balls, and Cade got you guys a boat. It is a murder boat, but it's a boat.
It's a boat.
I forgot about that.
I think I put that in the description of the episode on YouTube.
That's
Yep.
Literally the
boat.
funniest
It's a murder
thing.
boat, but it's a boat. And now you guys have, you were able to get past the lockdown that is happening, but because Titian was apparently able to have enough sway that he just could tell the guards at the border that, they're cool. They didn't even check your stuff. Even though you hit it in Monty's cleavage anyway.
His cleavage.
Cleavage.
I forgot about all of these things.
Yeah, I had fun today at work listening to it. So we are now on the road again from Dorsima. Gonna actually bring us to to Zahara's map, since it has the roadways you guys will be going on. So just a reminder that black line is the route that you intend to go on. So I would like. So it's going to take about a week to get to Dormishire, but in those first 2 days, not even 2 days, because it took you 3 days to get from Lilybrook to Dorsima. So it takes you about a day and a half to get to this area right here, where you do pass that road closing. It's fairly uneventful. You're passing through kind of a deserty area, and you do see that at that road closing, there's just a couple of protectors. Ninda, their purple cloaks and armor with the imprints of gold, and just kind of they don't stop you because you're not trying to go that way. They kind of just give you a nod. You do see some other people kind of camping out in that area. Possibly you stop for the night there. Otherwise, you stop, at some other point in the night. As you're going past the shades, you do have a little bit of a, not tougher time, but you do see more creatures. I'm going to say that you, how about you guys give me, how do you think that you'd be traveling? Do you think that you guys would be traveling rather stealthily past the shades? Know that that's kind of where the biggest part that's apparently swarming with Yanumbrai's army.
I mean, considering
so do you guys think that you'd be going through this area
I mean,
rather stealthily, or
We are on horseback, so it's kind of hard to be stealthy when we're on horseback, right?
That's true, but since you guys are on horseback, you can, sorry, I gotta grab my...
The horses make a stealth check.
I would think,
What? Yeah, no, you guys could probably, if anything came your way, someone roll me just a d20.
Like a luck check?
Yeah,
Okay.
essentially.
I'll do it. Let's see. It's a 7.
Well,
7. So,
My rolls from last game are continuing into this one.
So,
lucky number
Sundays.
7, right?
yeah.
yeah.
So, I'm gonna say that, you do actually come across some, hi, you guys wanna see Savannah?
Yes?
Savannah, come here.
Is that even a question?
Savannah, come here. Come here. They can't see you from there. You can't just
puppy!
my leg. She really likes licking my legs, I've noticed.
One of those dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. She's a cutie. You're a little bit of a troublemaker, though. Yes, you are. Okay, well, I gotta scooch forward, and, I mean, yeah, you can hang out. Okay. She just went under the table and is still just licking my legs. So, I'm gonna say that you guys do actually come across some. You don't actually come across any. Before you've kind of come across some monstrosities, in the technical sense. This time around, Zahara, when you passed through this way, or I guess actually you didn't pass this way when you went to Lilybrook, because you took the more probably direct road to Lilybrook.
Yeah.
But even then, you were finding some monstrosities and stuff, and you don't really see that now. Sorry, she's just licking my foot and it tickles. She won't stop. Savannah, you're cute and it's adorable,
Tasty.
but I really don't need a bath.
Now you do need a bath.
I mean, I
True.
mean, like, yeah, now I do, but this isn't really the bath I wanted. Okay.
Sienna, remember when I had to lick your toe during that
Oh
Kings
gosh,
game?
we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that.
You
I
were the
do
one who had to do the
remember
licking.
I mean, I had to lick 3 people's faces during that game, so okay.
Yeah, and I was also
Yeah,
one of them.
There was a lot of licking, way more licking than needs to
I
be.
got a lot, and I'm not a fan.
Yeah, Tim,
So-
we're not explaining that. That's
What
all
happens
the
in
information
Kings
you get.
Stays in the Kings game.
We're going past it. So you guys see some like dire wolves, come across a dire bear. So some of these more monstrous looking but technically beasts. But they don't really pay you much mind. Zahara, I see you with that
I was
smile.
gonna say, bold of you to assume that they wouldn't pay us mind. I would definitely be paying them
Well,
mind.
you come across a pack of dire wolves as you're walking through here, and they seem a little wary of you, a little wary of the fact of your horses. So they're on their guard, but they're not going to outright attack you unless you, make them think that they should attack you. What would you like to do?
I just.
I'm gonna cast Feed with
Oh my
Animals.
god.
Oh god.
So you cast Speak with Animals.
Yes.
And the alpha of the pack steps up and you cast Speak with Animals. What do you say to them? They're not. They were just gonna let you go. What do you say to them?
Oh shoot! I forgot. I need to do the accent. Oof. Hold on.
I feel like I've also lost my accent a little.
Cade doesn't have an
Well,
accent.
lucky you.
Zahara's gonna say, "Good eye there. How you going today?"
fine.
Can't wait for these things to rip their
It's
throats
a
out.
sad dog.
We hope.
Right, awesome.
Dog!
Oh, I'm glad to hear. We're just passing through, and we're wondering if you might have seen anything interesting along this path. Anything out of the ordinary? Any monstrosities, if you will?
Um,
How does speak with animals work again? Can we hear what's happening?
No, we
No.
cannot. But
she's making a
You just
series
hear
of
me
barking
going,
noises.
bark, bark, bark.
Oh dear God.
You
And,
just hear me barking now, I
and
assume.
yeah.
Uh,
So-
and they're
Oh.
doing the same in response.
Mm.
Happy lick the foot again. Goodness, Savannah, if this does not stop, I cannot deal with this all stream. If this does not stop, you have to go outside. I love you, but I can't. So, and they say, I mean, we pretty much keep to ourselves, but, no, not really. Why are you looking for a monstrosity?
Not looking in particular, just keeping an eye peeled, you know? Can't be
Right.
too careful in these parts.
And one of the other wolves, a little scrawnier looking, just kind of like comes up behind him and goes, I can peel some eyes.
Oh, Granny, you got some quite big eyes, don't you?
Oh no.
And you see an older wolf from the back go, what do you mean?
I'm sorry I had to. It was like, it was right there. Really good.
And this is just a family of dire wolves.
I'm just gonna turn to Cade and
With-
say,
Maybe a couple crazy cousins mixed in there.
Oh, crazy cousin.
do you think this is this normal? Do you think this is going well? I can't really tell, but they seem a little that one over there is kind of creepy, right?
I hate them
Any
all.
of these eyes peeled? And he looks back at
Does it
Cade
look like
and
it's going to
Estrella.
eat us? Do you think she's selling us to them for passage?
Maybe it's rabid. For passage!
What if we can't tell what she's
No.
saying? She could be doing anything.
Zahara's gonna turn over and whisper, "Shh! You're interrupting my bargaining." And then
I don't like
to the
that.
Is there anything else you wanted to ask of these wolves?
Do I have any like sort of like I don't know extra rabbit or something from like my hunts from the day? Because then
Do you have
I'll
an
like give
extra
it to them.
ration?
Roll me a luck check to see if you have anything left from whatever you caught along your trip.
That's a 4. Why?
You have some rations, but if you've caught anything on this trip, you guys have already eaten it for breakfast or dinner the day before.
Okay. Yeah, I'll open up and
Mickey!
like grab some jerky for my rations and be like, thanks, or
She's feeding her.
thanks for the info.
She's
Would you like some jerky? Some jerky?
Some Jackie?
and I turned. To,
I know it's
yeah.
not quite fresh meat, but
And
it's still meat.
yeah.
the one with the crazy eyes goes, I like jerky.
There you go,
And
Mike.
at that point, the alpha that was originally talking to you snaps at him, and like in like the dog way of like, if we're eating this, you don't eat this first. This is not how this hierarchy works.
Mm.
But the alpha nods to you and says, "Thank you," and he takes it from you, and they kind of head off back into the forest.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Kate again and say, did she just feed some of her rations to a random pack of dogs on the road that weren't even going to attack us?
They
don't
weren't just
think they're
dogs. They were
dogs.
I know
direwolves. They were
I
huge.
know what they are.
Oh, but I'm saying, like,
Yes.
to Estrella, these dogs are about the size of your horses.
Fine.
Maybe
They
smaller,
are still
but
a
a
random.
bit smaller.
They are of the.
Think the
fine.
wolves from
a random
Twilight.
pack of
Yeah.
of beings in the canid family. Is that better? Like, they are dogs. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you know
Well,
Estrella
I was
doesn't
ta- I
nature.
was-
She's not gonna call these things by the correct name.
Well, I was speaking to them to see if we could get some information.
Right. And did they give you information?
Yeah, they said it's clear, should be clear day's journey. Haven't seen anything strange around these parts.
I could have told
So
you that.
it should be okay for at least a
No.
little while.
I'm just saying.
Oh, really?
I'm just
You?
saying,
With all
we're
your,
we're
with
low
the-
on food. We only have so much, but it's yours, so you do what you want. I was just checking if
I
that's
gave
what
some of
happened.
my rations. I mean, I'm assuming there's other things in the rations other than just jerky, right?
Yeah.
I would
You have,
hope.
like,
Otherwise, we'll probably die of like constipation or something.
Scurvy.
Yeah, that.
So they're just like
yeah.
jerky covered in like lime juice. Then there's no scurvy.
It's lime flavored jerky.
Ew. All right. Anyway,
All right. And
Deanna, did they notice the wolf skull that I have on my staff?
Oh dear. I hope not.
Would you ask such a thing?
I wanted to ask this after,
Well,
but like, I mean, I didn't.
Well,
Not like I hunted them, but
yeah. Well, I mean, I have to
uh,
at least look it up so I can just see if they even. I mean, they apparently didn't do anything about it because they've already left. But
okay, it is a wolf skull and not a dire wolf skull.
Yeah.
So
I just need to.
I think if it was a dire wolf skull, that would be a
but
would be a pretty-
the
offensive.
intelligence of a dire wolf, it's still just like they're still just an animal. Are they gonna recognize a skull of another animal is of their species or similar to their species? Probably not.
Yeah, I would think so.
Really?
I would think so, actually.
You think if I put like a rabbit skull next to a rabbit, it's gonna freak out? I really don't
Maybe
think
not.
so.
Maybe not a real world rabbit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, rabbits aren't really smart.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
wolves and dogs are definitely smarter.
I just don't. I mean, skulls barely look like the thing they come from. I just doubt it.
Well, they did clock it. And you do actually, like, kind of, now that you think back to it, and you realize that the one that had the crazy eyes, he was kind of staring at the skull. Whenever he was kind of like talking, he like, except for the time that he looked at Caden, Estrella, and said, dude, I can peel these eyes. Except for that point, whenever he was talking, he actually wasn't talking to you. He was talking to the skull. Like, he wasn't looking at you. He was obviously answering your questions and stuff, but, or, I mean, I guess he really wasn't answering your questions, but, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And so you guys, continue on, and you reach, this crossroads area, as you start to turn south towards Dormishire, and here we are.
Loxodon!
Oh dear.
I've never seen a Loxodon before. In game.
So
For the uninitiated, a loxodon is an elephant person.
yes. Yeah, that's
So this guy over
Yes.
here.
Yeah, that guy. All right. I want everybody to make me perception checks.
Not with the same die. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's better. That is going to be a 16.
19.
Yeah, this other die is in dice jail.
An 8. I love when I roll and it's way lower than my passive perception. I'm like, why'd I have to pay attention?
All right. So, sorry, Estrella, you got
19.
a 19?
Yes.
Okay. So
I'm distracted by that incredibly ripped centaur.
Yep,
I'm
that's the
getting
only
ripped
option
tonight.
I had. That's
also-
the only option.
Oh shit, now that I zoom in,
She's
dang.
also,
Ah.
like, glowing, kinda.
She
Yeah,
is.
that's not on purpose. That's because I couldn't get rid of the outline.
Or she's glowing.
or
Which
that
is the
token.
better
It's just a
explanation.
giant
Her abs are
centaur
magical.
sticker on the ground.
And I just made another guy magically appear. That wasn't
Well,
actually.
there
he
is
didn't
magic,
actually
so,
appear.
you know, maybe he just
He
dimension
didn't
doored
actually
in.
magically appear. I just forgot to put him in there. So you guys see, as you walk in, you see that at this crossroads, it seems to be a bit of a stopping over point for a lot of merchants. It looks like you can see over in this area that there's some campsites set up for people who are passing through. Safety in numbers. So if you're going to be traveling, it's best to camp near something else or someone else. You see some more like established tents that look like they're a little more permanent, not like the person lives here, but that they probably keep the tent here often. Excuse me. You see some carts, other merchants, and trying to think of yes, you do see this. She's not actually quite as ripped as this little token shows. I just didn't have time to draw a picture of her.
Unrip her.
What?
I said to unrip her.
To unrip her.
No, it's just that she's. I mean, she's fit, but she's not washboard abs.
Can you grate cheese on those abs?
Nope, not in her real ones.
Ew.
I also don't like that statement.
Yeah, what
So,
does that
I
even
read it
mean?
shredded.
Oh,
I don't know.
Like, if you're shredded, that would imply that the cheese was already grated. You're not a shredder, right?
Just don't question it.
Okay.
It's a Tumblr thing.
Yeah, of course it is. I
Okay.
figured.
So sorry, I was trying to find something. So, Cade, what did you get on your perception?
An 8.
An 8. I'm gonna say that's still because you guys are. I didn't put you into the map. But you guys are right over here. You guys are walking in this way. And you guys can situate yourselves. And I'm gonna say that Cade, you actually do recognize this buff centaur. This is it's Vizzle. Vizzle Valley Volley.
Hold on. I know that name.
It's one of the
No,
one of the
I-
people that was in your original, like, when you got to Dorsina.
Your original caravan in our
caravan.
session 0.
How do you remember that and I don't?
See, our characters
know.
don't know.
Because centaurs are not as
Yeah.
common as you think.
Because I remembered there being a centaur, and I actually took notes back that for our first
I also
session, and then just
remembered.
forgot that I was supposed to take notes after that.
I do. She's a 25-year-old female centaur. And
Um,
I wrote next to it traveling trinket.
that is the
That
name
mean?
of her shop. She is
Ah.
essentially, for context that's not going to make sense to anyone but my current players, she's essentially like a Kumal and Kulam. Just not maybe
As insane.
Not as annoying.
yeah, pretty much. So she has her tent set up over here, and she has her little what's up? What's up?
Oh.
I don't know. And she has her little Salwet owl
Oh.
her on her shoulder. And she does see you guys, and she just gives you like a wave. You know, she's very well traveled. She kind of hangs around a lot of places. Estrella, you've probably seen her. She does have a frequent stand position in Dormishire. Zahara, you may have come across her in your travelings. Not really sure. But
If I did, I wouldn't remember her.
probably. But basically, she has traveling trinkets. It's her stand where she has an anti-magic field around the entire thing, so you don't quite know what you're getting until you take it out of said magic field. You recognize her. And Estrella, you had a 19, right? Perception. You do notice that you hear, as you guys walk into this kind of area, you hear coming from over this area, but please, my family's back home. At least let me go get them. We can evacuate. You're telling me I can't go back to my family? And the protectors of Ninda say, sorry, sir, our orders are to not let anyone past this barrier. And
it's just Estrella that hears that?
Zahara, you got a 16, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys hear that. Cade probably just sees Vizzle and is like, oh, hey. Yeah, that's what you hear. Kind of that disagreement, that argument.
Sounds like the family, it must be from not the Shades, but the town that's up in the Shades. I already forgot the name of it. Thank you. Shady Lake. That sounds like the family must be from Shady Lake. That's unfortunate if you actually want to be with your family, but
are they not Are the protectors not evacuating?
No, that's a good point. Are they just? I guess.
Are they just leaving there?
I assumed they were just sort of building, like they're making blockades around it, but it doesn't. I mean, does it necessarily mean that they're not evacuating if they're not letting someone back in? If you're doing an evacuation, why would you let someone back in? So it could be.
I think Zahara wants to like come up and be like, "The fuck is going on?"
Does she say that?
No, she doesn't say that.
Well, do you go up there? Because I'm not going up there.
I do.
Okay. I'm just going to listen to this from afar, but
yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to approach like close enough, but like not necessarily like insert myself yet. Just kind of like get closer, like walking up.
Okay. I could just to give you a little bit of a where you could be. This right here is a like a merchant stand. Like you could just be like milling about and window shopping.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that then.
While eavesdropping. Yeah. And so you just hear, but if there's a problem in Shady Lake, I need to get my family out of there. I'm a merchant. I travel. I'm not leaving them there. And they say, sir, they're going to be fine. Your family will be fine. If you would like, we can set up accommodations for you at the Candle Bed in Dormishire. And he goes, no, well, how am I? They don't even know if I'm alive. How am I supposed to even communicate with them? The Meerbats can't go anywhere. You lot can't even simply mail a letter. No, I need to go. And they say, sir, I'm sorry, but you cannot pass this border. And he goes, fine, one way or another. And he walks off.
Zahara's gonna come up to the guards or the protectors and ask, so let me get this straight. You're not letting people go to Shady Lake.
Yes, this is a blocked road.
But apparently Shady Lake is a safe place to be?
Yes, it is very well guarded by the protectors.
So why not place this blockade further north?
We wouldn't want people to have to go all the way north just to turn back around. It's better to have it at the intersection.
Yes, well, if Shady Lake is so well protected, I'd imagine that you can have a blockade set up on the other side of Shady Lake. Or, if it's not protected, at least evacuate everybody.
An evacuation would be more dangerous than to fortify our forces there.
Isn't the problem that, okay. I'm not there, I'm not.
Are you coming up now?
Nope, I'm not part of this.
Okay.
I, Rebecca, have thoughts. But yeah.
And they kind of just look at you and they say, is there anything else we can help you with?
She's gonna narrow her eyes and say, no, I think that's quite enough, thank you, and turn away.
Alright.
And how big is Shady Lake?
Shady Lake, you've been there.
I have.
Shady Lake, yeah, you were there for about a month, I think.
Oh, no, I know. I was saying yes, I have.
I thought you were saying
that was not a question.
So Shady Lake is a small, it's less of a, so like really in this world, there's like cities, towns, and villages. Dormishire is a city. Dorsema is kind of like in between a city and a town just because it's so bustling with like important things. Mm-hmm. Lilybrook was a town. Shady Lake is a village. Okay. It's much smaller. I mean, people live there, and it does have like, the protections that other places do have, like guard towers and things like that. But it's just smack dab in the middle between the shades and this literal lake. I come up with very creative names for my towns.
I mean,
is
this the only? I was gonna say, is this the only place, like the only town that isn't named after sleep in some language?
No.
The fortress.
Well, that's not a town though.
Lilybrook.
Okay, you got me. Lilybrook. Okay.
Claremont.
Well, I don't.
Featherland.
Okay. Feather. That's related. That's definitely related to sleeping. Claremont.
Sorry, hold on, guys.
Related to clairvoyance, maybe. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Anyway,
but,
so my thoughts on this. I mean, I don't know if you're coming back to talk to us, but my thoughts on it are, well, Shady Lake's in the middle of the shades, so it's dangerous to walk on the highway to get to Shady Lake. So of course they're not evacuating. That's why it's dangerous to leave and dangerous to go, is because the shades is in the middle. Like, you have to walk through the shades to get there. So I don't think. Look, I'm suspicious of everyone. You know that, but But this doesn't seem suspicious. The whole thing seems suspicious, but that specifically I don't see as particularly shady, as it were.
But
Hmm. Can he not just go around? Like,
I
does
mean,
he
yeah,
have
you
to go
could.
through
Yes,
this
if he's so
town?
insistent, he could just walk straight through the shades and die. Sure.
Mm.
I mean, they're blockading here to keep people from walking on the road, but we can just walk right through the woods if you want to. But isn't that it's probably worse. But even being if being on the road is already dangerous, if he's that crazy about going there, I'm just saying, I'm not getting involved in this stranger's business right now, but I think they're just saying that everywhere from here to Shady Lake is dangerous.
Right.
So they're trying to keep us safe, keep him safe, keep those people it doesn't seem weird to me for, I'm sure there's something underhanded somewhere in there, and they're trying to hide, the whole reasoning behind this. Hush, hush, but.
Hmm.
Maybe I should have said all of that when Santa was actually here, but whatever.
I mean, no, you two keep going. I was gonna go up to the person that they were talking to, the guy who wants to go to his family. So, but I'm waiting for Sienna.
Know
So.
how long? Like, when would the barricade have been put in place?
I mean,
how long has
it
it
must
been
have
in
been
place?
right, it must have been real recently, or else we would have heard of it, right? Wait, how recently did you go to Shady Lake? Do you remember, Zahara? Is that in?
I didn't walk up yet. I'm walking up to this guy.
Right, but I figured. Well, okay, I guess I can't ask.
I also don't know
Okay.
how long it's been since I've been to Shady Lake. I just know that I spent a pretty decent amount of time there.
But it was within the last year, is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't have like the blockade when I went though.
Yeah. I've just created like a nice little marking on my arm from leaning it on this.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I keep wanting to pick up your accent, like Estrella's accent.
It's very catchy.
And I keep having to like force myself not to.
I think you should. You should just pick up my accent. Okay. It's this is the
Yes,
accent of the world and all.
Overcade's dead body.
I will have to get up again to let them back in.
So I just want to very quickly repeat what Estrella just said, which was that as suspicious as I always am of everyone, this doesn't seem suspicious because the area between Shady Lake and here is the Shades, which is dangerous. So maybe they just can't evacuate and can't let people go see the families because that's where the danger is in the in-between, right?
Yeah.
So it's not suspicious.
Kind of,
so that's what I said, but Zahara hasn't heard me say that.
I threw you guys onto the map real quick just so you can take a look. So this is where Shady Lake is. This is where you guys are.
Yeah. Okay, but Zahara hadn't walked up to us when I said this, so she can continue without knowing that this is what I figured out.
Yeah, Zahara was walking up to the. Is that a dwarf?
The guy that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dwarf.
Okay, I'm gonna come up to the dwarf and say, excuse me. I couldn't quite help but overhear your little situation.
Yes. And how can I help you?
Well, I've actually spent a little bit of time in Shady Lake myself.
Oh, you're that dragonborn. Zahara.
Yeah. You remember me?
Well, we don't get many visitors at Shady Lake, so when a traveler comes through that ends up helping our town out a lot, we remember you.
Nice. That's good to hear.
Yeah, yeah,
Can I roll a history check to see if I remember him?
sure.
I don't remember him.
Oh no.
It's fine. He doesn't,
This is
like,
also going in dice jail.
this doesn't, make you think, well, you can roll me, like, an insight check if you want.
Okay. How many how many die am I gonna go through today? Let's see. Alright, insight. Oh, I have a +5? Damn! Wait, I have a +5 to insight? I have proficiency in insight?
Guess so.
Wow, okay. That's a 14.
Zahara learning
yeah,
a lot
you don't-
about herself today.
I
You
didn't
don't get
remember
the
the
idea.
insight being one of them, but
You don't get the idea that, like, he expects you to know who he is. It's just kind of like one of those things that, like, when you were spending time in Shady Lake, you were, like, not a celebrity, but you held a little bit of status that people at least knew, like, the Dragonborn that was helping us with our fishing problem.
yeah.
Because that's what the town really is. It's a fishing village. It's a freshwater fishing village.
Mhm.
So you were helping them with a bit of their problems there, and so people at least knew of you, even if they didn't necessarily meet you. So you don't necessarily you don't get the feeling that he expects you to remember who he is.
Good.
Um,
I wasn't sure if he would have known because he's like a traveling merchant. But I was like maybe I'll know his family. But okay, cool.
yeah, and so you say that, and he goes, yeah, seem to have all gone downhill from there.
Oh no. Oh no.
No.
I gotta add the R. Oh no. Add. It's also been like a month since I've done this accent, so.
But he pretty much goes, well, it's good to see a friendlier face, and he kind of like shoots daggers towards the protectors of Ninda. It's just like, it's good to see a friendlier face. Happy travels. And he starts to walk off to wherever his tent or cart or horse at least is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless you want to stop him and talk to him more, but
No. I'm gonna say thanks. Good luck with. Well, just good luck.
thank you.
And she's gonna go over and join Cade and Estrella, and she's gonna say, I want to help him get to his family.
No. That would be joining the war effort, which we decided we weren't going to do. Look, Zahara, look,
we don't have to join.
Look, Zahara. We've already decided that you getting him to his family is a good way to get all 4 of us killed. The safest place for him and his family are separated right now. Sometimes that's just how things are. Sometimes you're safer when you're away from your family.
I mean, I'm not arguing with that logic.
Are we?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Point being,
I hear them barking while you guys discuss this.
Mm-hmm.
point.
Look, when I see someone in trouble, when I see someone in trouble, I want to help.
Well, that's very kind of you, and like, I respect that choice of yours, but, take it from someone who maybe has a little bit more self-preservation instinct. Don't do that this time. We can't afford to. We're trying to save the whole blazing world or something. We don't have time to help one dwarf who get himself killed. Just saying, it's not very realistic for us to take him through the shades, through the actual woods, not even on the road. I mean, I guess we could just circumvent and then get on the road in the middle, but if we're found, it's a problem. So, like, we're going to be attacked. I know your dog friends told you there were no monsters around there, but I think they will be when we get closer to the to Shady Lake. So I just don't think it's a good idea. What do you think, Kate? I mean,
dire wolves.
I said what I...
The dire wolves.
they're that too. Whatever.
So, as you guys are discussing this, you see that that they're, it's starting to get, I'm gonna say it's around, like, sunset, on this day, and you guys are about halfway to Dormishire. The second leg of the trip is a little longer, as you actually go into Dormishire. But so at kind of like this dusk time, you guys see that the shift change happens for the protectors, and yeah, so you just see that some of the guards change out. Some of them just kind of take different people's places. Ooh. She's standing on top of that tent.
She just takes a running leap.
Decided her job very seriously.
That's what she decided to do with her shift change. Just
They're playing musical chairs.
I don't have my mouse with me, so these things are just kind of. She apparently is working a double shift because she could.
Dang. Yeah. That sucks.
This guy's gonna lay down for a bit, apparently. He's gonna go over here. Loxodon's gonna go shop at Vizzle's. And you yeah.
What's that? Do we see whatever you just placed on the board?
Yeah. I mean, you guys, you can give me a perception check again.
Oh no, do I know who that is?
I got a nat 1, so I definitely don't see it.
You don't even notice that the guards.
Yeah, I'm still focused on trying to convince Zahara not to just help this random dwarf go through the woods.
Find his family.
Yeah. Sienna, what is this roll? Is this a perception?
I'm gonna say it's a perception check.
I got.
All right, well, that's gonna be a 19.
Damn.
So, yeah, Cade, ever the perceptive one. I say that because isn't your passive perception like 19?
It sure is.
Yeah. So you kind of just you're looking around, you see this shift change as things get darker, as the sun starts to go down. And Zahara, you see the same thing, except you see a face that looks so familiar. And I'm gonna need you to give me a history check.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh, come on.
What is it?
Nat 1.
It's an 8.
Okay.
An 8. It's something that is. I will say you didn't completely fail it, so it's not like you've erased this person from your memory. But you do see, and actually, I'm gonna say, Cade, you had a pretty good one as well. You see, there's some sort of resemblance between this Dragonborn, like you've met some Dragonborns now. You've met some like blue Dragonborns now. And I mean Timolt looked very different from the
Timolt is
basic
is a special
Dragonborn.
boy.
What?
Timolt is just a special boy, so.
He
Like
was
the way you
a
said
special boy. But this Dragonborn bears a striking resemblance to Zahara. I'll bet a year or so younger.
A year or so younger.
I mean, maybe a little bit more. I forgot exactly how many years.
No, I was like
Yeah,
double
about
checking. what you said.
Yeah,
A
a year or so younger.
Can I want
And,
Rebecca? I
Zahara,
would like you to move here.
Me?
Yes, I would like you to move here.
Okay.
Zahara, with your history check, you can't put your finger on it, but it's something from your childhood, like deep in your childhood.
So the way that I envision this going is that since Zahara and I can now see most of the
I'm
field
not
we watched the
facing.
shift change.
I see. That makes
I
sense.
am envisioning Estrella just
Yeah.
still like yelling
Yeah.
at, not yelling,
Yeah.
but like
So
trying to reason with
we
Zahara.
simply just cannot take the time to go through the woods and get ourselves killed, get that guy killed, because there's a whole army of some god coming after us, and we are not an army. We are 3 people and a random dwarf. So, yeah.
And I just slowly lean into Zahara's ear.
Wait, as you say that, Monty goes, and a shrub. And a
And a
bird!
shrub! And we have to take care of that!
3 horses!
And a murder boat.
And
We're gonna be the ones in the motorboat floating off afterward, after we die.
So as you are yelling at me, I'm like, my face is like kind of like contorted and like trying to recognize.
You are fully not listening to me anymore, and I am just not
I'm
paying
also
attention
not
at all.
listening, and I just lean over really close to Zahara's ear, and I'm like, "Are you related to that person? You kind of look alike, I think."
And with that, you can make that check again with advantage.
Cool. All right.
I'm gonna say.
At the risk of stereotyping, I'm gonna say it because I feel it. I feel like I'm right.
Feel it in your
Part
bones.
of me that wants to be like, that wants to think that Zahara thinks that Cade is looking
Sienna,
at her.
you're not gonna believe this. I rolled a 2 and a 5.
No.
You don't
I
know
think
if
it's
you're
a 3 and a
related.
6 for history.
You don't know if you're related.
You're pulling a Cade from the first like 2 episodes when I still insisted on using the dice.
Why am I rolling so shit?
Yeah. What do you do?
Okay, so do I at least get a feeling? Can I make a vibe check?
You can make me, yeah, I'll say an insight check with that. I guess that's kind of what a vibe check is.
Okay. Ah,
Rebecca,
much
you've been
better.
listening
That's a
to the
dirty
Taz.
20.
Oh.
What?
This is painful because like Shannon knows who it is, but
30, 20? Okay. But real quick, Rebecca, have you been listening to the
No,
new
I
Taz?
haven't started. I have not started the new season
It's
yet.
so
Is it?
good. It's so good. There was something in particular.
Yeah.
Vibe check.
I definitely need to get on that. I'm
Oh,
gonna have.
and I was gonna talk to you more about it, but
and then where I am, they just made friends with Billy the goat.
Yes, Billy the goat.
Billy
I
the
can't.
goat.
wait, in which
Amnesty.
arc?
Amnesty.
Billy the goat.
Billy the goat.
I don't know exactly where you're at, so I'm not gonna say
Goat
any
man.
further. But the goat man, you know, the goat man that they.
Here, wait.
befriend.
Maybe this will ring a bell. Fuck! Does that ring any
Oh,
bells? I love that
that
works.
did actually ring a bell. Hearing that was just like, oh. Okay.
Fuck!
So you said dirty 20
Yeah.
on insight.
Insight. What vibe do I get?
You get a vibe that is no nonsense, and is pretty much like, I have a job to do. This is my purpose in life. I've been stationed at this post, and no one is getting past me.
And do I feel...
You feel like you've felt that vibe before. Particularly, a memory comes back to you of when you were very young. And you're playing with some toys, probably some like small animal figurines, and you're playing with your brothers, and your brother Enzi he has his own set of little like wooden soldiers, and he has set up some sort of barricade because you guys were, play battling, and he, with a very, very serious face that on a child looks probably kind of funny, but he looks so serious, and he just says, "You shall never defeat me," except pretend there's an accent, because I
haven't practiced your Australian.
I have been. I don't think it's gonna be good, but you'll never get past me.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Thanks. And this is your brother Enzi.
Yeah, okay. I knew it was, and it was really bothering me with these really shitty rolls.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I was
it's fine.
Trying to give it to you without being like, I don't know how are you supposed to recognize your brother after how many years?
True, yeah.
Damn,
That's
that's
what I
some
was-
sibling shit. I'm an only child.
That you know of.
Yeah, so when she has that moment of recognition, she's gonna go, "Oh, fuck, shit. And she's gonna dash into the nearest tent, which is going to be the centaurs. And she's gonna say, hey, look at, whoa, what's over here? I'd like to check out the shop. Seems like it's a rather fine shop, don't you think?" And she's gonna dash in.
Hello. Welcome to Traveling Trinkets. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for today?
A place to hide?
You can go right down under back here.
You just hide under the elephant.
What?
Just hide under the centaur.
I could just hide behind the Loxodon or the Centaur.
Well, she does point you to the other side of her stand and says you can duck down here.
I love that she just offers you a place to hide. You just run in. You're like, I need to hide.
She doesn't even know how the Centaur and Kate know each other. She just just random Centaur thank you.
But she does realize that you're apparently with Cade, and so she's like,
And I watch you just say all start saying all this and run as I am yelling at you. I'm just like, well, it worked. Okay.
it worked. You disappeared.
I'm gonna grab Estrella by the shoulders, spin her body around to look at the Dragonborn, and be like, no. Just no. Do you even have eyes that you use? What do you do? I don't get it.
I mean, I was facing the other direction, so what? Okay, am I supposed to know something about this guy? Is this? Do you know him? Do we not like him?
Do you have eyes? Look at how much he looks like her.
He's a blue dragonborn. They all look, I don't know. I don't know.
Nice.
Were you about to say they all look
Real
Well,
nice.
it's not.
Real nice,
Well,
Estrella.
Rebecca was gonna say that, and
You
then
even have
and
eyes
then to
that
say
you
they all
use.
I don't know how to say whether someone looks like someone else. Oh,
I've left her.
It's not
her. I've brought her
okay.
to bed.
go? Wait, Cade, where did you go?
I can't believe
I'm
I almost
under
said that.
I was just you just disappeared. Here, I'm gonna put you guys
I
back.
did.
Okay, I follow after you and say, it's not what I meant! I just meant that, like, I don't want to say, oh, you all look the same, so you must be related. I'm trying to say the opposite of that is that I have no idea how to tell who looks like who, is more what that's better, right?
I think that's still a smidge racist.
But
Just slightly racist.
to be fair, in real life, I also, looking at two people who are very related to each other, I have no idea. I'll be like, I have no clue how to tell when people are related.
I don't always have the best gauge
Not
either,
never,
it depends.
unless you are identical twins. It's just like you could be sisters or you could be complete strangers. I don't know. Everybody looks. Genetics are a crapshoot. So.
Genetics
Not
are a
wrong.
crapshoot.
There's a lot of really good quotes coming out of this right now.
So as you guys duck behind Vizzle's
Vizzle for shizzle.
no,
Wait,
Vizzle Valley
do I
Volley.
know Fizzle?
Fizzle.
Because I know of.
You probably recognize her. I don't know if you necessarily
Because
know
isn't
her.
this
I mean,
where?
you can tell me. Yeah,
Okay. But I don't know
That's-
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does Enzi have like a hair bun?
Yeah.
He would.
He's got like he's got a bit of a
Hold on.
Sokka.
Can you
um,
possibly
Warriors
show
wolf
this
tail.
picture larger?
Yeah.
I want to see what he looks like.
Yeah, sorry, I have to add it to, yeah. I'm just gonna put him right now because I don't feel like making another thing. I'm just gonna put him in MISC.
Misk.
Sorry, now I gotta find it.
Oh, I made myself pumpkin coffee.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Is it good?
Could be better. Could be worse.
It's
Only
probably
a few
'cause-
months left till
I was gonna
fall
say it's
and
probably because
Halloween.
it's July, so it's you don't have the spirit yet.
No, I
Right,
always have
well,
the fall
that's
streak.
true.
It is me. I just tried to make it way too
So when you
fast.
say pumpkin, you
'cause
mean
I
pumpkin
tried
spice,
to do a lot.
right? There's no actual pumpkin in it, right?
There
There's
is actual pumpkin.
Interesting.
I made like
Ooh, just gotta chill.
I blended it with half and half to make like a cream that went on top, but it's filtered
blended
through
a
all
pumpkin?
the whole thing.
Like you just had a
No, no,
pumpkin?
Yeah.
Pumpkin
No,
puree.
she blended a pumpkin. You heard her.
Pumpkin puree from a can.
Oh.
They sell that year round.
Alright.
Oh, he's got- there's some
that should've
growls on
popped
this
up.
guy.
I love his little bun situation.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got a little warrior's wolf tail.
I see that.
I love it.
And or a man bun, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Does look like.
So Zahara, what was that?
So as you guys duck behind this stand, the Loxodon that's standing there did see Vizzle literally point Zahara to this spot, but as Cade and Estrella just come running over, he does ma'am, there are people behind your stand. And she goes, oh, I know, they're my friends. Thank you. And he goes, okay, and he walks off.
There are people behind the stand.
And he goes and he walks off. And Vizzle turns around. But actually, she doesn't turn around because she's still got to watch her stand. But she like sits down, so she's got her she sits down or like a horse does. And,
Okay, so is it the back legs or like
No, it's all
both
of
horse legs? All the
it's
horse
both
legs?
horse
So
legs.
she's laying
Those-
down essentially.
How does a
I've
centaur
seen
wear
her lay
pants?
down sideways. So
How does Centaur
Hey,
wear
Sienna,
pants?
how does a centaur wear pants?
Yeah, in your universe,
In Ninda.
whoever they want.
they make all possible styles.
Yeah, it depends on your preference.
If I was a centaur, I would just wear leg warmers. Who needs pants?
Yeah. But so she like sits down. I'm gonna call that sitting. Sits down in that way. And her little Solwet Bernard comes and he like kind of he sits on Zahara's shoulder and just kind of like cuddles into her, trying to calm you down.
I can't speak with animals.
Hello.
Wait.
I don't.
I was not
don't
paying
actually.
attention, and I thought you were casting speak with animals on her because she's part animal. And I was like, that? Now that is racist.
That's offensive.
See, you thought what I said was.
No. Well, okay, I have speak with animals as a ritual, but it takes 10 minutes, and I already burned a spell slot with the wolves because I don't think they would have just like stood around for 10 minutes while I'm casting it as a ritual, and I don't really want to burn another spell slot.
Okay.
But I totally will later, so I can talk to Zowl, just not right now.
Owl?
You said Stalwart Owl.
Oh, yeah, I heard Zowl, like Zowl. like you just put a Z in front of the owl.
That's what I also thought you said.
Zowl.
And I was like, who's Zowl?
I was like, I said his name was.
You don't know Zowl the Owl?
So Vizzle sits down. She goes and she kind of looks at you all and goes, "Kate, it's good to see you again. Who are your friends?"
Wait, you two know each other?
Why is everyone surprised when I know
You know
people?
so many people, though.
You literally know so many people.
People like me. Anyway, the one that's crouching in a panic is Zahara and Miss
I'm
Estrella.
not crouching. I'm just hanging out here, chatting with my dear friend. Sorry, mate. What's your name?
My name is Vizzle.
Vizzle, right? Me and Vizzle, you know, just chatting.
And
Totally normal.
that's Bernard on your shoulder.
Hello, Bernard, and I'm gonna give him like just a little pet. I
He
think
nuzzles
Ruby gets-
into you.
Ruby
He
gets
kind
a
of
bit
makes
jealous.
he makes the sound that Albert does.
Ooh.
Yeah, like the kind of like almost like an owl purr, but like just that adorable.
I love owl bird. So cute.
Yeah. Savannah.
He just wants to contribute.
All right.
Dana, this reminds me of when I was putting up the flyer things for April Fools, and you came downstairs like, "Hey, Shannon," and I went, "Nothing."
Yeah. That was such a moment.
That was a great moment. It was only Shannon and I
Like
there.
a sitcom.
Yeah, it was only me and Sienna.
It's like, I
No,
feel like I
it's
was
so
there because I've
good.
heard that, because it's like I can picture it
It's
so
just-
perfectly of you doing this.
It literally felt like something out of a sitcom. It was just like, and I wasn't even trying to be like, "Hey Shannon, what you doing?" Like I was just like, "Hey Shannon." She goes,
Nothing.
Like,
Yeah,
Honestly,
that is
it's
very
one of my
much out of
favorite,
sitcom.
Moments. That was like such an iconic moment. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So, she again says to Cade, Zahara, nice to meet you. And she turns to Estrella.
Estrella. Oh wait, no.
Estrella.
Would I have actually said my name in this moment? No, I would not have. Carolyn.
Do you come up with a new name every time you
Yes.
say it? Just
Absolutely.
like me talking to you? Because I don't remember any
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, it's a completely new name every
She's
single time.
only used
I've used 3 different names. Carla. Oh wait. I
thought it was
used
only 2.
Caroline, but this is Carolyn. It's a different name. So
Oh,
I've
dear.
used Lola, Caroline, and Carla. So clearly Rebecca
What if-
has a trend in her head because I randomly come
What
up
if
with it.
Estrella had like a list of names like A through Z and just went through it like the
She's
my
just
God.
on her
And
seat.
yeah, I'm just in the
Yeah,
C's in my.
Elsa.
I have a phone
I'm
book in my
Elsa,
head, and I'm
then,
like stuck
tomorrow
at the
I'll
CAR.
be, Francis.
Yeah, and then she also, let's see, she looks at you, Carolyn, and and goes, "That hat looks very familiar." Oh,
I mean, it's yes, I've had it for a very long time. I don't know where it came from, so maybe it is familiar.
I don't know where it came from.
Can I make an insight check, I guess?
Look at this. Look at that.
Oh,
Oh my god, that tail smack was so loud.
Yeah, she's got a powerful tail. You're so
All
cute.
beagles
I
do.
love you. Okay, so
Can I make an insight?
Yeah, you can do an insight.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my water bottle while you do that.
That is a 18.
18. What exactly were you trying to insight? Like
Just-
what she meant by that?
Yeah,
or...
like I guess like how I guess I was wondering if there's more to her statement of it looking familiar, if it was really just like, yeah.
Well, she's like looking at it now. And when you say that you don't know where it comes from, she actually does ask, "May I take a look? Do you mind?"
I suppose. Just be
Here.
very careful
And she-
with it.
When she sees your hesitation, she takes Bernard off of Zahara's shoulder and says, "My greatest possession for yours."
Oh,
For a moment.
good. Thank you.
Bernard's a possession?
And
What'd you say?
Bernard's a possession?
He's a familiar.
Okay.
and it's really, I basically quoted the avocado vine there, and no, like, just, oh, a bird, thanks.
Oh, I totally missed that. I didn't even hear that.
I didn't hear
Yeah, I was
either,
like, I never watched vines. Y'all didn't pick up on me almost quoting a vine, but okay.
It's not that I didn't pick up on it. I just simply didn't hear you say it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so I give her the hat, and the bird is like,
Okay.
I'm just holding the bird like, I don't know what to do with this.
And she's very delicate with it, very, very gentle, and she looks in it, and she does a little scoot so that she's outside of her anti-magic field, and just reaches into it and goes, "Yes, I had one of these once. Sold it to a nice young man."
Oh.
And she hands it back to you.
Would you have? I mean, I know that it probably a long time ago. Do you happen to remember anything about him?
Who's acting sus now?
Well, he now I need to remember. What race is he?
I believe half elf.
That's what I thought too. I just wanted to, just if you knew offhand.
I'm
about to
sure
pull
it
up
was
my...
half elf.
Okay. Oh, and why don't I have my cheat sheet of my NPCs up?
I went to stand up to walk off to get my water bottle, and it occurred to me I had to slide away because I'm not wearing pants.
We're just
good.
admitting way too many things in this stream, guys.
Yeah.
There's an ant. I have an ant situation in my bedroom.
You do have a large family, so.
You're so funny.
I know. I'm hilarious.
Oh my god, you're right, Tim. Good thing Krax isn't here to clip things.
You just clip all my puns, though. We're gonna miss that.
Look at how lovely and gay my water bottle is. Ooh, I almost just dropped it full onto my keyboard.
Lovely.
That would
That would
see.
truly be lovely.
It is lovely.
It's just
See your
a
sticker.
lot of Catra.
Of
That is
Catra.
my sticker. This is my sticker. And this is my sticker, and so is this. The little skeleton
Ooh,
man.
non-binary sticker. We love to see it.
There are
I love
3
that sticker.
stickers of Catra on here, which
But I
for such
love
a
that.
small water bottle feels like a lot.
I love.
Hey, I mean, on the bright
Zahara
side, you'll be
Sami.
easily identifiable to any lesbians you encounter in the real world.
True.
Truly.
I love the Korasami.
Yeah. Haven't even watched the show yet,
Yeah.
but I needed to add another sticker to the order for like a discount, and I was like, I know I'm gonna like it, so I might as well just get it.
Yes. It was it was a nice half-elf boy. Didn't give me a name.
I see. Yeah.
Um,
That.
And I don't know exactly if you necessarily ever described how he actually looks to me, but
I picture him with red
dark
red
hair.
hair.
Oh,
red
red hair,
curly
okay.
hair.
Then
And
she
a chipped
then
front
she,
tooth.
Then she explains that. She says, a nice young half-elf boy, red hair, and a little chip on the tooth.
You have quite a memory.
Oh, I never forget a customer.
Okay, Ollivander.
Estrella's just going.
I remember
Estrella's
that
going to
freaking
say,
out
she just grabs the hat and says, "Here's your bird," and then just is going to walk away from this whole situation, and just.
All right. And she goes, and she turns to Cade and Zahara and goes, "Did I say something wrong?"
No, she's just weird, you know?
Yeah.
So, what brings you to the crossroads?
Where are we going again?
We're going to Kevin's Cove.
Do you want the real answer or the fake answer that you've been giving people?
Right, do we...
Both.
We're going,
Hold on.
Where are we going, Shannon?
So the actual place we're going... Well, I guess it depends. Because we're going to Kevin's Cove. But to get there, we're going to Dormishire first.
Oh, and we've been saying we're going to the Featherlands, right?
Yeah. But I don't think it would make any sense on the map if...
I feel like we can tell this person we're going to Coven's Cove.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's... Cade knows this person, but, I mean...
I just
You
didn't
just
want...
see, she just did just allow me to hide in her tent.
True. I just didn't want, like, the people in our town who could get interrogated about this stolen thing. Like, I just doubt this random centaur at a random crossroads is going to get interrogated about stolen goods.
So, Mickey,
Yeah, if Estrella was over there,
dog,
she would disagree, but she would say don't do it, but I am not there, so you do what you think.
Mickey, the little black dog, he has anxiety, so he has this little...
Aww.
He has a couple, like, stuffed animals that he carries around with him. And one of them is a small black dog that looks a lot like him, and his name is Eddie.
Aww. It's so
And he has, like, a little
precious.
pig that they call Peppa Pig.
I love it.
And I think that was him howling. And I just, like, I found Eddie, and I gave it to him, and he just grabbed it and walked off.
Aww.
They're so cute. I love them. Alright, so...
So in
have a lot of...
in like a couple minutes, Estrella does come back over. If you guys are still there.
I love how Cade is just dealing with both of their party members being so incredibly sus.
Yeah, truly. It's, like, so sus. For no good reason. At least not to me yet.
Zahara turns to Estrella and says, "I'll share my baggage if you share yours." She doesn't actually.
Yeah.
But so Vizzle did ask, so what brings you... Before Estrella comes back, she does ask, so what brings you to this area?
Yeah, Cade.
We're traveling for was gonna say business, but that's just like not. We're
Traveling-
traveling.
Or for
south.
pleasure.
We're headed south, a little bit southeast.
Oh, you headed to the capital.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, actually, I'm headed that way too.
Damn it.
Perhaps we can, well, I'm not headed there just yet, but maybe I'll see you there. I have a couple days left here that I'm going to be, having my tent set up.
Right. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we need to hit the road as soon as we can, so we don't really have time to spend here at all.
Oh, well, I don't know if you guys have a tent to pitch for tonight, but if not, you're welcome to stay with Bernard and I. And this tent is like, you do see that there is like a larger section in the back. It's like bigger on the inside. She's got like a little, essentially a Lehman's tiny hut kind of thing. And so like, you know, it would be enough room for you guys to crash if you wanted, if you didn't want to bother setting up your tent, or if you just wanted some company.
Well, I mean,
She's just offering it. You don't have to take her up on it. But
I'm going to reapproach at this point, I guess.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry if I said something that upset you.
No, it's quite all right. I just I got a call from in my head. A sending. That's what the wizards they call it, right? Yes, I got it. I got a message that I had to answer. Anyway, so
Hey.
just you.
I got a call.
Zahara just cocks an eyebrow.
In a high fantasy world.
Yeah,
It's straight to voicemail.
Well, it didn't. I answered it.
You don't pick up to go straight to voicemail in your head.
So she says, well, I mean, I'll take any excuse not to have to set up a tent and sleep on the ground. I mean, if it's a tiny hut situation, it's probably a bit more comfortable than our situation, yes?
Are you asking me or asking Vizzle?
Yeah, who are you asking?
I was asking the group, not necessarily Vizzle. Though, I do have a question to ask Vizzle, though. But this was me kind of talking to you two in front of her.
Yeah, she says that last bit about if you guys want to stay with her, when you're back in front of her. So you can discuss that if you want, and it's not weird if she's right there.
Yeah, so that's my statement. I mean, if you know this person and you trust them, well...
Are you saying this in front of her?
Yes, absolutely.
Vizzle says, okay, and I go way back.
Yeah, so I don't see the problem. I didn't insult her. What? You know this person and you trust her. I said that.
Anyway, thank you for the offer. I think that would be quite lovely.
Anyway.
Of course.
And
And I
we
have
really
plenty of
appreciate
food
it.
for your. I have plenty of Bernard's food. If you want to give some to your hawk. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't ask your hawk's name.
Oh, this is
This little guy, and she gives Monty a little like scritch on the head.
this is Ruby, and the plant is Monty.
That's Monty.
He certainly
And she goes,
is.
"Oh, aren't you charming?"
Uh,
And then she leans over to Zahara and goes, "Pot of Awakening."
Yep.
that really sounds like a drug name.
It does.
Awakening.
It sounds
Oh my
like
God.
a pot strain, which if no one has named that a pot strain,
You're
we
calling
should.
it? for when you
Yes,
start,
I
when you
call it.
open your
I
new
start
dispensary.
growing- Yes, when I start growing the marijuanas.
Deanna, if you don't name it that, now I'm just gonna be very upset.
Yeah.
That's so funny that you just said that because I had a notification and I wanted to get rid of it, so I opened Twitter. And the first tweet that came up was some guy saying, if I had a pot brand, I would name a strain Balsamic Blaze. Like, what are the odds? back-to-back hot
a sign.
string speculation.
Balsamic
then.
glaze? Do you put like balsamic vinegar in it?
Oh, like
What?
balsamic
No. Anyway.
glaze, but with a B, because it's
No.
a pun.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, but like the balsamic.
well, it's just a pun on it being
you
a
just
balsamic
It's just
glaze.
a name.
It's a pun off the word glaze. It's
You
unrelated.
definitely would not
Anyway.
put balsamic in the
Okay.
pot.
I mean,
Anyway.
Anyway,
What did you
Um,
want to say to her?
Yeah, you had something you
I
wanted
was
to say to
well. I was going to wait.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Then she doesn't necessarily know that you were going to say
Correct.
anything. But she does say to Zahara, and she goes, "So, if you don't mind me asking, why'd you want to hide behind my cart?"
right. Well, I didn't necessarily want to hide, but I did want to find something that could hide me. Maybe like
That's as good as me needing to take
Like-
a call.
I
Like
don't know.
behind a stand.
Like an invisibility cloak, any items that might.
Well, unfortunately, I can't tell you if any of these objects will make you invisible. You'd have to try your luck at that.
Ah, damn.
It's like
This does have again. This has an anti-magic.
It's a whole
field
nother
around it,
gotcha
so,
con thing, isn't it?
Well, that's just it. It's just random items that.
Yeah.
Maybe they're magic. Maybe they're not.
Hmm.
You really don't.
It's like
Well,
a lottery.
Can I make a perception check just to look at the items, see if there's anything interesting?
Sure.
That's a 18.
Okay. Give me a minute.
Oh, did you not plan for this? For us to ask what
No.
items were there?
No. Weirdly enough, I didn't.
I mean,
No.
to be fair, we did just buy a bunch of
Well,
stuff in the last.
I
session.
didn't buy anything because I don't trust Laz. And I don't trust magic items. So I really kind of just want
Zahara
an item that's
is,
non-magical, but...
Zahara's falling into Laz's capitalist trap.
Estrella is not. Considering... Well, anyway.
If you guys want to talk
Actually, that's
amongst
a fair
yourselves
point.
for a minute,
I mean, Tim
just
yeah.
while
Tim pointed out that we could just put you in the bag of holding, but like with a breathing tube. I mean, he didn't say that part. I'm saying that part so that you can breathe.
yeah.
I
you
mean,
can-
like, me, Shen, is a scuba diver, and have used snorkels before, and Zahara is based off of me,
There you
so
go.
I would imagine Zahara could be really good at
There you
snorkeling.
go.
We're really
Okay.
putting you in this motherfucking bag?
Zahara's gonna ask if there's a snorkel.
Roll luck, maybe?
Snorkel. Roll me a luck check.
Or a straw.
Yeah, but I want something more sturdy.
A
Just
wind
some sort of
instrument?
tube.
Jesus Christ, it's a 5!
Oh my god, Shannon.
That was with the pink dice, too.
It's just one of those days.
Well, there is no snorkel.
Damn.
But I will say that there is a sorry. I'm like generating a shop and I just
Did I ever send you my random item generator, like the generator I use that's like really nifty?
the magic shop
I
generator.
don't know. Well, it's not a
I mean, I have
Oh,
one that I
oops.
use.
I did not mean to switch tabs. Ignore that.
Why? What did you just show them?
I just opened a new. I accidentally clicked on new tab, and so it showed them my new tab page for like a brief second. It's fine. I'm sure there's nothing of import there. You can judge me for whatever sites I go to all the time. I don't know what they are. It's probably work related for the most part.
Rebecca
Sure,
does
sure.
at any given time have like 30
It's
tabs
true.
open
Yeah.
though.
Actually, no, I probably do. I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 pinned tabs which means those are the 17 that never close. And then then there's 4 more on this page. So that's 21 already.
Jesus.
But that's just on this page, because I also believe that I have maybe, hold on, I have 5 open windows worth that have a grand total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 11 more tabs. So it's something like 30, 32, somewhere in there.
I have 5
Alright,
open
then.
right now.
All right then. So I've got it now. So what you see is see a pair of boots, a dice set, a dragon chest set, some ointment,
Some ointment.
A pearl, a playing card set, a couple of robes, and an ante set,
And
which is another game.
Auntie. Okay.
Yeah, like
I would like to investigate the robes, please.
Well, I will tell you again that investigate is not gonna get you much. The
Oh.
robes.
Arcana check.
They're under a anti-magic field, so they're not gonna give you anything.
Oh, so we really, like, literally wouldn't know anything.
It's literally a, you kind of just have to pray that it's.
What do the robes look like?
Let's see.
Now, yeah, here's the problem: is that if you describe it as it actually looks in the Dungeon Master's Guide, I might actually know what it is.
Yeah.
So, if it is a magic item.
Yeah,
So,
I'm going.
It's kind of hard for because I don't want to metagame.
But Rebecca has memorized.
I
all
just
the-
read so.
Yeah. Well,
I've
what
read
I'm
so
going
much
to
of it.
say is I'm going to make them look different.
Okay.
If they are in that.
Mhm.
When it comes to this stand, if
Mhm.
you guys meet up with Vizzle again and you look at her stand again, I'm going to not describe them the way that that they are described in the book, because otherwise Rebecca will know. So you see a red robe and a blue robe.
Take
Red.
the red pill.
Well, I mean, now does the red robe look fashionable?
Roll me luck.
Okay.
Would you say
15.
certain characters?
15. Fashionable. Yeah, I'd say it's just one flat color. It does look a little dusty, looks a little old.
Yes.
Vintage.
Yeah, but it seems like it's nice quality. And
I mean, red is your color, right?
it's just a solid red color.
So you said red robes, and I immediately thought Taz.
Yeah, red robes.
Well, one of them's red, the other one's blue.
See, once again, Estrella would rather have it if it's not magical. But
But it could be not.
it's true.
We don't know.
Hmm.
Can you describe what the boots look like?
They are white boots. They're about ankle high. They don't go much higher. And what were you
No,
gonna say?
nothing. Go on.
They're white, and they have what do they have on them? They look like they have some like white dragon scales kind of etched onto them.
Ooh.
Not like real dragon scales, but just kind of that's the design that's on them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Zahara's already a dragonborn, and white boots aren't really her thing. But she is very interested in the pearl. Excuse me, how much for the pearl?
Pearl. Well, that is going to be. Let's see. Well, what would you be willing to pay for it? This is really like she's like a barter system. It's like, you know.
For
What would an average pearl cost?
Like a real pearl?
A real pearl in the D&D world. It's a real pearl, non-magical.
I'm gonna say 50 gold.
Okay. How much money do I have?
I don't know.
Okay. She's gonna say... Oh, she's not good at bartering.
How about this? I can give it to you for 250.
Per odd.
250 what?
Gold?
Nope. Never mind. I don't need it that bad.
what about the dice? How much for those?
The dice?
I'll give you 5 gold.
Sold.
Alright, I've got myself some dice, and they're probably just normal dice, and I'm cool with that.
I hope you radically overpaid.
I mean,
it's 5
5 gold.
pieces.
Make sure you mark that off.
Yep, it's marked.
And she just turns, since you have both shown some interest, she just turns to Cade and says, "Anything look interesting?"
How big is that dragon chest set? Like, how much space does it take up?
I'm gonna say that it's a travel set. That like it's a nice set, but it's like it folds up, so it looks kind of like a briefcase, so you can kind of just take it with you. And when I say dragon chest, I'm gonna assume this is what dragon chest means. Like the pieces are, they're carved out of, they're actually carved out of like a stone, and in the form of dragons. You see that like the rook, the little castle piece, has like a serpent-like dragon, curling around it. The king and queen look, it's a chess set, but the pieces all have some sort of dragon on them.
Yeah, how much for the dragon chest set?
How about 2 gold?
Sold.
Okay, I may have overpaid for my dice, but whatever. I don't care.
Well, we've got
And
some
then-
travel games at least, don't we?
We certainly do.
Keep us entertained on the road.
And then she just turns to Zahara and says, "You sure nothing else?"
Well, how much is that fancy red cloak? It's a little dusty, so I wouldn't think it's that much.
Well, this will be, I'm going to say about 300 gold.
It's a little steep for something so old looking.
It must be decent.
Well, I suppose. But when you don't know, I'm not in the business of, well, I may be in the business of, how do I put this? When I gamble, I like to know the results. So, no thank you.
Then it's not a gamble, sweetheart.
I know.
So you
I
cheat.
know what I said.
So will you guys be staying with me tonight?
Yes, we would.
Don't feel like you have to. I completely understand.
No, that would be great.
We would definitely appreciate that.
Great. I actually have some stew that's been cooking up during the afternoon. Would you guys like some?
She's so nice.
That would sound delicious. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Anything's better than
Um,
rations.
I certainly know. Great. And so, she leads you inside.
So can I pull her
Um,
aside just real quick?
Yeah, you can say that like she still needs a little bit of time making sure like the stew has all the right spices and stuff. It's like she has like essentially like a slow cooker on that like now before she like finally actually gives it to anyone, she needs to make sure it tastes all right. So she's just like kind of fiddling with it. So as you guys are setting your stuff down, she's just over by her little cauldron, and you can feel free to talk to her if you want.
Just out of quick curiosity, and once again, probably not. It's fine. It's cool if you say if you don't know, but I just want to check, just maybe, because maybe the since you've done a lot of traveling, right? The boy that you described before? Have you seen him again at any point in maybe the more recent years?
Hmm. Um. Hmm. I was in Claremont, a couple of about a year ago. And yes, yeah, he stopped by my shop, my tent.
And what did he buy anything?
He was just window shopping. He remembered me from my stand in Dormishire, and just wanted to say hello to a friendly face. And
Did he? So he was. What did he look? Did he look? Happy, and okay? Did he? I mean, how did he look? Was he?
There's a lot of
He was
stuttering
okay.
coming
Was he
up.
okay? Was he? I mean, did he? How? He's alive. So he looked. He
Yeah,
looked alive.
yes, at the time, yes.
Huh.
He looked fine. Looked a little sad. As he was perusing my wares. But
Did he didn't hit?
there was a oh no. And then a dragonborn friend of his came along and said they needed to go.
A dragon. What do you know that? What can you describe the? I wanted to know if it was specs, but I don't know how to describe specs because I don't remember what specs looks
Specs is a red dragon.
What?
How did I remember?
I knew he was
He's a-
red, but I didn't know if
he's
there's
more of
anything
like a-
more than that. So
He's like an orange,
Okay.
actually. I'm gonna say,
Okay.
like, I know you hate the color orange. I'm sorry, but he's like a burnt, like a sunsetty
Okay.
kind of
uh,
red orange.
what?
Like a
Uh,
burnt
what-
sienna.
All right, that's a brown. Thank you very much.
What?
That joke was impeccable.
I approve. What can you describe the dragonborn? Was he? Did he have a? What color was he? Or were they? I guess you didn't actually say a gender. I was just thinking specs.
I didn't actually like. I couldn't quite tell. I just saw Claude hand grab and tap him on the shoulder and said they had to go.
So he was like, was he wearing like a hood? Hood? I don't know
Yeah.
what that pronunciation was.
A
hood.
He was wearing a hood. A hood. No, he was wearing a hood and some gloves. So I didn't even really get a good look at him. It's about this same height.
Same. So, and in my head, Marcus is probably shorter than he actually would be now. Well, maybe the
Um,
ages would have.
I'm gonna tell you that Specs is very tall.
Okay. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that, like, in my head, Marcus is probably shorter because of
Yeah,
last
that's
time I
true.
saw him. But yeah, but
Was he about your height?
not in heel. I mean, I guess in my heels. No, I mean, that's a great question because I am 6 foot, in heels. I say I think he was probably my height, not when I'm not in heels, is how I would have pictured him.
Okay. All right. Um, yeah. No, the really only I saw was just his height in comparison to
Okay,
Yeah.
and so
friend.
so the friend is
So
the same height as him, whoever. Okay.
yeah.
Cool. And so then I'm going to say, that you've been a big help, and just since you're still you're continuing to travel. Yes, you're travel.
Yeah.
If you happen to ever see this boy again, would you mind just telling him that
That Carolyn says
well,
hello.
no, it's actually not from me. It's from a friend that I have that's looking for him.
Mhm.
Just say E says hello.
E. You've got it.
Oh yes, E for Carolyn.
Just well, maybe I mean E is looking for him, and more than just hello. That sounds creepy. That sounds like I'm going to murder him. E. Just E is well. Actually, E is looking for him. Also sounds like. How do I say it without making it sound like? How does my friend, say it without sounding like? But my
I'll
friend
tell
wants to
him you
find
miss
him, but not in a murdery way.
I'll tell him.
Estrella sounds really nervous.
Bizzle just kind of like she puts a hand on your shoulder and she goes, "I'll just tell him you miss him."
No, my E misses him.
Sorry, E misses him.
Yeah. Okay. I need to. I'm just gonna. You enjoy your stew, and she's just going to walk outside again.
Enjoy your stew.
And she just.
I'm sorry, Rebecca,
Good.
but like this is just like making me think that Estrella is having a gay panic moment.
Well,
I mean,
I'm.
I know it's not, but
it's just panic at least.
Oh dear God.
I mean, we have established that Estrella is only smooth when it doesn't come to her, like
When it doesn't matter
Yeah, well,
to her personal life.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Anytime it's about my backstory, or her certain parts of her backstory, she gets a lot less smooth. So.
All right.
Sienna, I have a question.
Yes.
Would I know how long it takes for flying from our current location to Shady Lake? Just curious.
Shady Lake. I'm gonna say, all right.
I like how you looked up as if like you're like looking in the sky.
No, I'm thinking.
Mapping it out in the stars.
Let me see. All right, so. I'm gonna say that it takes about 3 days on horse. So I'm going to say it takes a day and a half flying.
Okay. Just curious.
I kind of think that flying is faster than a horse, so I just kind of halved it. Yep. And I will just ask, just so we don't forget about the proverbial elephant in the room. The proverbial loxodon in the room. Are you gonna do anything about this brother situation?
Yeah. So as we're chilling there eating stew, I would like to cast Speak with Animals as ritual.
Okie doke.
And well, first I'm gonna like turn to Bernard and be like, "How you going there, little fella?"
Hi. I'm doing good.
Hey, she's doing it again. She's making weird animal sounds again.
So you're familiar, right?
Wait,
Interesting.
familiars can speak, can't they? Well, magic ones can.
Technically, it's a mental link with
Okay.
the person that they are the familiar with. But since he's a little more corporeal than a familiar,
Gotcha.
he's like halfway in between.
Gotcha.
Something special. That I'm gonna just say it works. Also, because they're 11. Yeah. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, so she's just making friendly conversation with Bernard, and then she's gonna turn to Ruby and be like, "All right, Ruby, I have a very important job for you.
Yes.
You see that blue dragonborn up over there?
Yeah.
I need you to fly over him, take aim, and shit in his direction."
I need a moment to compose myself. Hold on.
I love your reactions.
I wasn't. I mean, I got where it was going with that.
I did too. I thought I
just
did.
It's still, yeah.
It was still just the wording still got me.
Yeah.
And she goes, and you know what? I'm gonna say that this is probably not the first time that you've told Ruby to do this. Like, I feel like you've probably done it as like a joke to like, I don't know, friends or something like that. Or at least like maybe narrowly missed them, but like.
Yeah.
So she's
No,
like,
I want her to hit.
no, I know, but I'm saying like I think that you have asked her to do a similar thing before.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
And
playing
so
jokes with a Cal.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
And so she goes, okay. You want me to miss?
No, this time I want you to hit.
Okay. And she flies out, and I'm gonna just, you know what? I'm gonna ask you to make me an attack roll for Ruby.
All right, come on, Ruby, don't let me down. Get a nat 20 on this. All right, let's see. Okay, so to hit, because her attack is +5 to hit with talons, is it going to be +5 to hit with poo?
Is it plus your constitution?
Yeah, make it cut plus your constitution, because why the hell not? And that's funny.
Oh, she doesn't have
Oh,
constitution.
never mind.
No, sorry.
She has a +0, but
Then
it
I
is a
think
+0 from a -1, I believe. So
then I think it should probably just be flat.
okay, flat roll.
Yeah.
You're not gonna fucking believe this.
Got a nat 20.
I got a nat
Oh,
20.
God.
Holy crap! Literally.
This is
The
honestly,
funny part
this
is
is
that I was
worth
about
all the
to go-
shitty rolls.
So I
that
just
I've
want to
gotten
point
up
out that
until
I
now.
said Estrella had walked outside, so I watched this happen. I guess, like I joked about leaning over to Cade and saying it's happening again, but no, I said I was
watching
outside.
from the cover of the
So-
tent. I'm just like so
Yeah.
my eyes are exposed so that I can just like watch.
So you see that Ruby. I'll put her on the map because she's. Because now she's on the map. Come on. Nope. No, it didn't. It didn't take. Go. Go. No? You're not gonna. Okay, fine. Whatever. Pretend she's there. She is actually going to. So.
Cracks came in at the perfect time. Just saying.
Yeah, Cracks, you might want to get that that clips finger ready.
He just left too. I mean, he did
Oh,
hear
no.
you
Oh.
say that, but then he had to drive home. So
Okay, so So I'm going to assume that this is the same for various hawks. But I do know that for red-tailed hawks, they projectile poop. So Ruby flies, and you said to like dive bomb. I mean, like to literally like just drop it. She actually lands right here and squawks at Enzi.
Wait, where?
And here
Oh, okay.
on this
Gotcha.
on the edge of this car, and squawks at Enzi, and because you still have speak with animals on, to everyone else just sounds like but to you hear her go, "Hey asshole!" and
Here's my asshole.
and he turns to like be like, "What's wrong with this bird?" And she just like stares at him in the eyes, turns around, raises her tail, and just right in his face. And you know that Ruby had a healthy helping of mice for her last meal. And not many people are going to know this, but bird crap, when they've been eating mice, stinks.
No.
I really don't
Oh,
want
and it's hot.
Oh, God.
Sienna, I love how in detail you're getting with this.
Look, I work with birds.
I know.
You want to you put a bird of prey as your animal companion. If you tell her to shit on someone, I am definitely going to go into the details that I know.
Hey, I'm not complaining. I'm loving this right now.
And then
Hey, better hawk
okay.
I'm
than
gonna say that
penguin.
the elf that's standing right next to him just goes and starts dying of laughter.
I have. Can I?
Dang, that would be a good
Oh.
time for the dwarf to sneak
I
past.
was about to say, can I turn
hold
to Zahara and say, so, you commanded Ruby to do that, I'm guessing.
And she immediately flies off once she's done that. She like
Okay, and I would have told her,
also-
like, oh, fly off somewhere else and then
Yeah.
come around
Well,
so that he doesn't
also
see you.
fun fact about birds is that they will often defecate before they fly because it makes them weigh less. So she does that and immediately takes off.
Wow, I've learned so much. I feel so informed. The more
glad.
you know. Anyway, I was going to say, so Zahara, so you don't like him, clearly, and now he's all gross and stuff, and I'm, but, do you want me to pickpocket him? Well, he's distracted. He's very
Zahara?
distracted. I'm just noticing that he's very distracted right now. It seems
The
like
the elf that's
perfect
next
time.
to him is also
very
exactly
distracted.
He's like
Yeah.
crying tears
So-
because of how funny it.
Seems like a good chance, I could use a little extra gold anyway, since I just paid $5 gold for a freaking dice set.
Can I tell you what the actual price was?
Please do.
It was 1 silver piece.
Yeah, it honestly wasn't a very Estrella move to do that because she's so stingy. I don't know. I
Yeah,
just
I was
panicked.
surprised.
Rebecca panicked
When
and
you
said the
it,
number
that's why she
said
was like,
gold instead of silver.
"Silver."
Like I meant to say silver and gold came out, and I was just like, oh well, I guess this is where we're at then, because you had already accepted it.
Meanwhile, Paige got a little bit of a better deal because she let Vissel make the offer first.
Yeah. Well, you said that she
dragon
didn't make
aspect
offers
that's-
before, so I assumed we
Well,
had
she
to.
used a barter system,
Yeah.
so she said, "What are you willing to pay for
Yeah.
it?" But like, if you wait and you're like, she'll make an offer first.
Well,
Like
now
she
I
did
know
with.
that. Anywho,
Well, now
yeah.
Um,
So I'm.
said Estrella wants to pickpocket when he's covered in smelly hot
Yeah.
bird poop.
I mean, I'm going
Yeah,
to
are you
avoid
sure
that.
about
Look, I'm
that?
very careful. Okay. I own gloves.
So,
Anyway.
so I am going to say though, real quick before you decide to do that, this dwarf did see this, and this is his horse over here, and he actually gets on his horse and just from behind this cart, and kind of like using this whole area over here as kind of like the cover for that, and like the whole commotion that's over here, just like trying to quietly gallop away. Like, I mean, he's more like trotting, but it's like once he gets to like a woodsy part on this side of the road, because the shades are not on that side of the road, he kind of like hides in there and is going to wait until dark, and you have helped him at least get back to his family.
Yay! I'm so
have
happy.
helped this.
And I mean, I figured
he's going to die.
Well, he's a traveling merchant, so I would imagine that he's like.
It's under siege. The whole woods are under siege.
So Estrella asks me about the pickpocketing, and like Zahara is like on the floor losing her shit, literally, because of what just happened.
Yeah, you see that Ruby has flown off, and ends up like nudging the bottom of the tent open from the other side, and comes in through that way, and her and Bernard just high five wings.
I love that. Oh man.
Because we're in a
Zahara says, so between laughs, she's like, Ruby, you are getting second helpings of mate for the next week. That was amazing. I'm so proud. Oh man. Yeah, and then between her laughs, she's like, Estrella, you can if you want. Just be careful not to attract attention. But I mean, now might be a good time while he's a little preoccupied as
yeah, Enzi, you do see Enzi go, "Ah, fuck."
Does it cover his eyes?
Yeah.
So he would have disadvantage on a perception check.
And he goes, and when he says like shit, the elf next to him goes, literally, and he's like, that fucking bad, and it's like, and he actually, yeah, he's just like using his cloak.
I want to do it because
like,
I want my 5 gold back. I mean, it's not. I want my 5 gold back from someone else. So, I mean,
you might be able to get like something
true.
good out
you
of
never
it
know.
too.
So, yeah, I'm going to do it if. So So there is some advantage to doing it right now, so I'm going to do it. I'm also going to guidance myself because this is pre-planned, so I guidance myself.
Okay.
So do I get advantage, or will they have disadvantage on perception? How is that going to work?
I'm gonna say that they don't. They're so preoccupied that it's not even gonna cross their mind that someone would try to pickpocket. First off, Enzi is probably a little. I mean, you wouldn't know this, but Zahara probably would. That Enzi is a little haughty, a little full of himself, and is.
I could probably tell. I'm pretty insightful.
Yeah, you could probably guess, but and you know, in normal circumstances, wouldn't think that anyone would have the guts to pickpocket a protector of Ninda. So that wasn't even a thought that crossed his mind.
His first mistake.
So I will give you advantage, is what that's gonna be.
Okay, Julio. Well, let's do this then. Okay. This is gonna go very poorly.
Oh no.
I rolled a 2 and a 4. My dice that never roll bad rolled bad. So that's
at least it's not at 2 nat ones.
So it's a total of it's actually hold on, but I have a big add to it, so it's not gonna be that bad actually, because it's 4 plus 2 guidance, so that's 6 plus 7. My sleight of hand is 7, so it's 13 actually. So it's like not the worst thing in the world, but like could have been so much higher. But like
yeah, but at least it's not as bad.
It's not an actual 4. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So with that, yeah, you're able to,
Dang it. Ah.
I'm gonna say that you're able to kind of almost, disguise it as, like, you can, like, kind of change your voice, a bit. I'm gonna say that that's maybe something you can do. But I mean, even just,
I
like,
mean,
if
you've
it's
heard me essentially change to being that haughty version of myself. So, at the, when I was with Timalt at the, that was barely, that was changing her voice. But anyway, yeah,
Savannah!
okay. Yeah.
And so, you change your voice and you're, like,
I think.
and you go over.
Can I?
Oh no,
Yeah,
you
I
can
was
tell
gonna
me
say.
what you do. Yeah, how
I'm
do you
going
do
to
this?
walk over.
You do successfully do
Uh-huh.
it. I will
I was going
tell
to
you how
say
much you get
that.
out of it. But how do you do this?
So I'm going to take. She is definitely the type of person who would carry around like a handkerchief or something. So like
Yeah.
I take like a scrap of like something to clean with, I walk up to him again. Oh, that's so horrible. Are you okay? Oh, let me get that for you. And I start like wiping.
Please tell me that when
Oh.
you clean it, you're actually
Oh,
smearing
absolutely.
it all
I am
over.
smearing it all over his face. So, just maybe why I don't get as much is because I am just wiping his face with it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say that he's like, stop.
Oh, are you?
Stop.
Oh, that
And he,
just
like,
must have been awful. How did it taste? I bet it was. Oh, I can't even imagine. Oh, you poor
At this point,
thing.
Zahara can't even say words because she literally is like laughing up a storm.
So yeah. So as I'm like wiping his face, I slip my hand into his pocket or whatever and see if there's anything in there.
I'm gonna say that you get 15 gold
Sweet.
Nice.
out of that transaction. And
I bet you 10 of that is something that I had lent him and he never paid me back.
I was gonna say.
Nice.
So I'm going to, I'm going to walk up to you and say, "Here's 10 gold for you." So you can have 10
Zahara
gold.
can't say anything. She's literally like pounding the floor.
Yeah. I want you to realize that Estrella giving away gold is a big deal. So like I do not give, but I'm doing it to be nice.
At this point, Cade has just sat down and has a book open, and when you come back over, I'm just gonna say, you two really are a mess today.
Bizzle is sitting with you. She has already handed you a bowl of stew as you were reading, and she sits down next to you, kind of like how you were on the ship in our session 0, where like Bizzle is the kind of person where she doesn't really mind like comfortable silence. She likes people. That's why she does what she does, but she also understands that not everybody else likes to socially interact. So she's kind of like, she's happy to just be in the company of people. And so she's eating as sitting next to you, and she goes, "Well, that was quite a show."
Yes, it was
and
horrifying, but useful. Should remember that technique for later when we need to,
That technique.
That technique.
And so, meanwhile, Enzi, he had like shoved your arm aside, and that was how you were able to kind of like back away out of that situation without it being too weird. And he goes, Dan, take my spot. And this dragonborn over here, who is Dan, comes as he goes into the tent to clean himself up. And this elf is still beside herself, is still dying of laughter, and goes, Reggie, come quick. And that's the tiefling. And so Reggie's like, oh, I already had guard duty today, damn. And like him and the dragonborn are now talking some shit about the two of Enzi and this other elf. Mainly just that the elf couldn't compose herself while she's on duty, and that Enzi had that happen to him. So, so now they're kind of just talking shit to each other. And yeah, and so then when you guys go back inside, Vizzle gives you all bowls of stew. It says that was quite a show.
Yes, it was utterly disgusting. You should be very thankful that I even got near that, but, you know, honestly, should definitely employ that technique later. It's very good in, you know, in combination with stealing, with pickpocketing.
Zahara finally, she finally composes herself. She's like wiping away a couple of tears, like, oh yeah. You should have seen back home. Me and Cal, we would do that all the time. And then she kind of like stops and then like realizes what she said and like gets kind of quiet, like.
And because Estrella has had the day she's had, she just like raises her eyebrows but doesn't actually press that.
Yeah, and then Zahara changes the subject and goes, anyway, thanks for the gold. I can't tell you how many times I lent some to my brother and he never ever paid it back.
Oh, I definitely...
I don't know why I did anyway.
At least he asked first. Not all siblings ask before taking your money.
Also, did I even say out loud at that point that that was my brother?
No.
No.
Okay, well, I'm saying it now. Yeah, that's my, brother, if you haven't guessed. He can be quite,
Yes, I noticed right away.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, you did, Estrella?
Oh, yes, the family resemblance is all there, I mean...
Uncanny.
Yeah, exactly.
Cade, what is your reaction to this?
This is...
Yeah, no. I use my mage hand to just, like, hit Estrella upside the head.
Love it.
I love these interactions right now. But, yeah, anyway, that's my brother. Not necessarily on the best of terms. He can be kind of an asshole. He can be kind of a wanker, you know?
What? Won't he recognize you?
It's been a while.
I mean, she's in hiding for a reason. You know, in here.
I'd rather not be around him. Things can get pretty heated. It's best if we just continue on. Bless you. And then she starts digging into the stew.
So was there anything else that you guys wanted to do tonight?
I mean,
before
I guess I'm going to
picnic?
roll my dice a little bit to see. I guess I'm going to roll my dice a little bit to see if they. I assume since you told me out of game that they were worth silver, that they are actually just dice. So I now have a set of dice, which is honestly there was a time earlier in the campaign where I wanted a set of dice, so like I thought about it anyway, and now I essentially got them for free. You know, I just passed on the 5 gold that I stole, which again is not entirely how Estrella sees it, as she is stingy. But anyway, so are they normal dice?
I mean, Zahara just sees it as her getting her money back through unconventional means.
Yeah.
So they are just normal dice?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm totally okay.
They look
with
cool. I mean, they look cool.
Look like?
They're they have each of the like little dots on the dice, because it's those kind of dice, is like a little eyeball.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's creepy. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, so there's nothing else that you guys want to do tonight.
Anyone want to play craps?
anyone wanna play craps?
It seems
at
like
that-
on
the end
it's
of
on
that,
it's on
loses it
theme,
again.
you know.
and cut to black.
No, not cut to black yet. Zahara does a spit take with her stew and then cut to black.
Okay.
Oh no.
How did you clip? Because I want that clip when she said she wanted Ruby to
So
shoot
now
shit
that
on her
that
brother.
it's been like, so usually you have, if it's like live, you have to clip like pretty soon after, but you can go back when you're watching it and clip. There's just like
Okay.
a button on this. I've never watched it live or anything, so I don't know. But I know there is like a button somewhere.
I don't know how to clip.
I don't know.
There's
how to-
a button somewhere.
I
I
don't know
don't
how
know.
to do the
Maybe
twist.
someone else can. It's findable. It just says clip. Technically, I could clip it myself, but like I can go back through.
Well, I'm
and clip
definitely gonna
it,
go
but-
back through and watch it because that was great.
It was. All right. So you guys head to bed for the night. You know, do you like roll out Steve and all of that, or do you just kind of like have like a borrow a sleeping bag or
absolutely
something?
roll out Steve. What are you talking about?
Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, Vizzle has a lot of like plush
Oh, well, I'll take
Pillows
the
and-
plush pillow, of course.
and
But I will absolutely be rolling out
blankets
of.
and
Yes, pillows and blankets
rugs.
do not a
Sleep.
mattress make.
sure.
Obviously.
And so, you know, so and then while you guys are getting ready for bed, Vizzle is taking, you know, is closing down her stand for the night. And yeah. You guys have a peaceful night's sleep. You do hear some ruckus occasionally at someone being annoyed at the blockade. But other than that, you have a fairly peaceful night. And it's the next morning.
I'm glad
Now
I was able to help that dwarf out.
Well,
I mean, I don't even know
he
if
at least
Zahara...
got past the blockade.
We helped him
Yeah.
to his doom. I just don't think this is a good path for him. Like, I get that he wants to help his family, but his family is behind. Like, what is he going to do? He's just gonna go. If he gets there, he's just gonna be there. So he's not actually helping anything. So it's either
But
he
he'll be
dies
with
on
his family.
it's either he dies on the way, or he's just there. And like,
But he's a
that's
traveling
not a
merchant,
net
so like...
positive.
But he's a traveling merchant, so like...
He's
I would
not a
imagine he'd be
warrior.
like used to like... Yeah, but he would have had to travel
No,
out.
Not
warrior.
during.
travel.
There's literally a war going on. I mean, I don't want.
On the other side, though.
Okay. Alright. Well, if it makes you feel better that he got through.
Anyway, I don't think Zahara saw this even because she was laughing so hard. So, like, I don't think she even like notices that he left.
Possibly not. All right. So, do you guys head out? Anything else you wanted to do here?
I think I'm good to go.
Yeah, Zahara would like to get on the road.
Alrighty.
But yeah, she's gonna thank Vizzle for the help.
All right. Yeah. Vizzle goes. Oh. Of course. I hope my tent was enough for you guys tonight. Or last night. Safe travels. I hope to see you all again.
Thank you, and yeah, maybe we'll see you again in the future.
You said thank
But
you.
it cut
I
out.
really
I heard it too.
you.
I heard it too. I was about to say you cut
didn't
out at the
hear that.
exact wrong
What?
time.
And fuck you. I was like,
Whoa, that escalated.
No, I definitely don't
fuck
say
you.
that.
Your tent was not comfortable.
Maybe
No.
this is like a weird
Including
Australian
weekend.
thing. I don't know.
Fuck you, cunt. Like that.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
But it's a friendly thing. No, she doesn't say that. She says like, "Oh, thank you so much," and "Thank you too." And she gives Bernard a little scritch.
And you guys head on your way. So you'll be taking this road here.
Yes.
And yeah, you guys head on your way.
Oh, right, we're going to Dormashire, aren't we? I forgot.
Yep.
Great.
So,
why was I for this plan? I think you guys can see as we're getting closer to Dormashire, even though it was partially Estrella's idea to do this, she's getting more like nervous.
Yeah. So I want you guys to roll me someone roll me a d20.
Okay, I'll
Somebody
do it.
that's not
I'll
me.
do it. My d20 has only betrayed me 2 times. 18. You're
All right.
back.
I was half expecting you to say 3 times.
No,
So
it's
as
back.
you guys are
Mwah.
so you guys have just passed through this area, and you're starting to see where the forest turns into marsh. And before you do that, you spot something. I'm trying to think of anyone that may have gone this way. I don't think any of you have necessarily been on this road before, but you do see something that strikes you as a little odd. Mainly because you know that there is a very famous mine in Ninda, aka the Dark Islands. They are a mithril mine. Yet you see an old... Sorry, forgot to move you guys over. Here we go. You guys see an old quarry. And you can see it has like a roped off area, but sitting at the bottom of the quarry, treasure chest. Or, I mean, is a chest.
Now that looks mighty suspicious, ain't it?
Is it really 10 feet wide?
No, that's just how I had it on
Okay.
the... It's a norm... it's a big chest, but it's like normal chest.
Okay. Well, look. So, I love treasure, you know that. But, that's not. There's no way that's just... That no one... Like, this is a well-traveled road, and no one's just... I bet it ate anyone who went near it. Can I make an insight check?
Sure.
I got a 2. Oh wait, I got a 8.
You're not even sure if it's a chest.
With an 8? Well, yeah, because I thought it was a mimic, so it wouldn't be a chest. So.
I mean, I could touch it with my mage.
You can't tell.
Try to think.
Oh yeah, do the mage
yeah,
hand.
Yeah.
I'll get within mage hand range of it and try to like
Mage hand 30 feet. This is down
tickle
in a
it.
quarry.
Yeah.
Can
yeah,
I throw
30
one of my
feet.
boomerang balls at it?
So,
Can I?
you would have to get into the quarry in order to... oh, actually, sorry. I didn't realize that this goes around, like, in a circle. So you can, like, go over here, or here. You guys can.
Yeah, I'll
There
like.
is, like, a slope
Can
area.
I just? So I have the ability to just light things on fire. Can I just light something small on fire and throw it down there and see if it reacts?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I have that as a spell somewhere. Maybe I should actually
Is that,
check
like,
if I have.
thaumaturgy?
Yeah, I have thaumaturgy.
think
So
thaumaturgy.
in reality I have thaumaturgy, but in game my thaumaturgy isn't magic, so it would just be me actually lighting something on fire, like in a fake magic way.
Estrella just
I have
pulls out a blowtorch.
yeah, I've got like what I pull out a what?
I said Estrella just pulls out a blowtorch.
Oh, I was gonna say I had flash paper, but okay.
No, I know I was kidding. No, you have whatever you think you would
Yeah,
have.
I just want to drop something that's aflame on it to see if it like reacts in some way. Because I wonder if it's alive.
The flame goes out,
Oh.
but otherwise nothing happens.
Okay.
Alright, is Cade gonna mage hand it?
Yeah.
So what are you doing with your mage hand?
I'm gonna try and like fiddle with the lock and see if it like unlocks.
Well, it is locked. I will tell you that. You know what? Actually, give me an investigation check. To find out.
Okay. Nat 20, baby.
Ooh.
Hey!
It is locked. However, you don't. It doesn't react in any way like it's alive.
All right.
It is glowing slightly, and does feel like it has kind of just like not like a force field necessarily, but just something around it to kind of keep it protected from the elements, aka why the fire went out.
I would like to take my juggling balls and the ones that the boomerang balls.
Yeah.
One of them I would like to pelt towards the chest, and one of them I would like to pelt towards like the middle of the quarry to see if it's like quicksand or something.
Okay.
That's smart.
All right. I'm gonna say give me an attack roll, I guess. Just like make an attack as if it was with your bow.
All right.
But maybe not all your fancy modifiers. Not all of them. Just like add your dexterity to it because you're throwing something. But
Okay. Add dex, no proficiency.
Unless you have proficiency in like simple weapons.
Yeah. Do you have proficiency in simple?
Or
I do have proficiency in simple weapons.
Then you can add your proficiency in your dex. I just know that when you use your bow,
technically,
you have
improvised
other
weapons are their
pluses.
own thing, but
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Is it one roll or two?
2.
Okay. So the first one.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a 19 plus 7, 26 for the chest.
So you do hit the chest. Nothing happens.
and it just flies back at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I catch it, and that is that's a 9 for hitting the ground in the middle of the quarry.
I mean, you weren't really aiming at something in particular. It just bounces off the ground, and then like it bounces in whatever the actual trajectory would be, and then it just, as it goes up, it just flies back to your hand.
Okay, so it doesn't like sink into anything.
Nope.
All right.
So we're thinking that this might.
I'm just gonna get
Yeah,
in
I was
there.
about to say. I mean, I have one other thing I could do, but I'm just going to jump down because. Or, well, actually.
You're gonna jump
no,
down?
I'm not
You're
going
gonna
to jump
jump?
down. I didn't mean physically.
Okay.
And I'm
Featherfall.
going to walk around cautiously. I was considering.
Me too.
I'm going to actually, if you are walking around, I am going to just make you make 2 dex
For
saving
these little
throws.
bridgy things.
Used for those makeshift little bridges. So you can each make me and tell me them in order.
I got a nat 1.
You.
I got...
No.
I like to imagine like we like try to reach out
Why
for
are
her, but
you-
she's falling
Why are
so
you
fast
doing this
that
to me today?
I got a 19 and a dirty 20, just so we know.
Okay, so
Not
I
to
got
rub
a nat 20 and
Jeez,
a 14
I haven't gotten it.
plus.
I haven't gotten
oh
any
wait,
nat 20s today. I've gotten 2 nat 1s. Ugh.
nat 20 plus you said Dex saving
I
throw?
mean, it's a nat 20.
they're both dex saving throws. So if it's a nat 20, you're solid.
Oh, nat 20 for the first one and 21 for the second.
Yeah, you're good.
Poor Estrella. Me and Zahara are like gliding over these
You guys
bridges.
are
Yeah,
like.
well, I
Naruto
am behind you, so you know you
Um,
loosened it for me.
You guys are full on Naruto running through
And
this.
I just like
court.
carefully walk over, but you've already like your weight was
It's 'cause of
already
those
on
heels.
it, and so it's like
It's because of the heels.
probably.
so,
I should have done what my
Estrella-
other plan was.
So
Should've
since
just
I
jumped.
said that, since I said that Cade could go like right by it. I'm gonna say that it's 30 feet down. So you take. I rolled really
3d6s.
well.
Great.
Yep, and I rolled really well on them.
Great.
You get
Oh no.
take 16 points of damage.
That's half my hit points. Cool.
Oh.
But you're down there. In fact, I would venture to say that you're down there first.
All
You
right.
beat us.
So I've got lockpicks and a crowbar. So let's see how to get in there. So this is what I wanted anyway. I'll take the damage. It's fine. Anything for
Okay.
gold. Anyway.
So roll me.
Okay, don't fail me. What am I rolling?
First.
I'm guidancing myself.
And anyone can do this because I'm gonna say that you guys,
No,
until you
I
guys
got
all
there
get out.
first.
Well, I was going to say make an Arcana check.
Oh, well, maybe you should have done it.
You want to wait for your compatriots,
Well,
or do you want to make the
I
Arcana
don't
check?
believe in
Estelle?
Arcana.
I got a 15.
I got a 4.
Um,
A 5, actually.
Good, good.
I probably
Estrella
can't beat that.
tries.
Oh, wait, actually.
Why are you doing this
I think
to me
that's a
today?
dirty 20.
Jesus.
Well,
Yeah, I got a
So,
dirty
Estrella-
20. Now I'm getting my good rolls.
All right, I'm gonna
I just needed to
Narrate.
shit on my brother to start
narrate
doing
what happens. So
I swear if this is a mimic.
Estrella falls and lands right next to the chest. Takes a look at it and is like, all right, I was a prospective student. Let's see what we got here. And says, this looks all right. Touches it. Gets
I should.
3 points of lightning damage.
Okay. 3?
Um,
That's
Oh, this is
fine.
my thing.
And then Cade comes up and is taking a look at it. And then Zahara comes over and goes,
Man.
this is my thing. And sees
Do I not
that
get to
it's
fight
got
through the
a-
lightning damage to try and pick it?
Hold on, I'm not done
Okay.
yet. And so it does have some sort of arcane force fields of lightning around it. Kind of similar to what you've seen what you saw in Dorsima in the library. Yeah, what do you try to do?
So it's got a lightning force field around it?
Yeah.
Before Zahara does anything, I'm gonna reach over and touch
Estrella.
Forgot her
Smart.
name. And give you 11 points of health.
Thank you.
Smart. I want to try 2 things. The first thing I would like to do is I would like to try to like put my hand on it and see if it reacts to my lightningness.
Are you just touching it?
Yeah.
You take 1 point of lightning damage, which I believe is halved, right? You have resistance.
Yeah.
So you
So-
take no damage, but it doesn't necessarily do anything for you.
I feel a jolt.
Did it so is it do we only feel the damage when we touch it or when we're like getting near it?
No, when you touch it, you do feel like a force field, like a actual solid barrier.
Oh.
All right. The second thing I would like to do is I would like to use my lightning
I was about to
breath
say
on it.
your ball went through it. Through that barrier, didn't it?
No, it bounced off the barrier.
Oh. Okay.
I want to use my lightning breath on it.
Go for it. Make an attack roll.
It's not an attack roll. It's a. It has to make a dex saving throw.
Gee, a chest.
I'm pretty sure that would be an yeah.
I'm gonna make it that it auto fails because it's a.
Yeah.
I mean, you assume it's an object, but I did roll and I rolled an 18.
Yeah.
And so the image of a box just shifting to the side just like came into my head.
But wait, Sienna, it takes half damage on a success.
It auto failed. It doesn't matter. So how much damage you do this thing? Roll me some damage.
Let's see, how much damage? Let's see. 2d6 lightning. So let's try with the starry die for this d6s, because my d20s have been failing, but let's look for the d6s. Oh, much better. Okay. It's gonna be 9.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's it. Once your lightning breath collides with the barrier.
Wait, are we doing? Oh, sorry, full damage or half damage, or it's auto fail? What are we doing?
It's auto failed. It's
auto fails means it takes the full damage.
Okay, so yeah, 9.
So once the lightning breath collides with the arcane barrier, you see that it dissolves around the chest, and the chest is still faintly glowing. And now what?
Now would be a good idea to mage hand it again.
I'll do that.
It's locked.
now it's my time to shine.
Estrella.
Right?
And give me a lock.
Okay,
picking
I
check.
guidance myself.
Go
Let's see
for
if
it.
I get better sleight of
yourself a
hand
pep
this
talk.
time. Jeez. Okay, that's a lot better. So that's gonna be 26.
Yeah, no, you like barely touch this lock, and it just is afraid of your lock.
Yeah, I
picking
anger.
skills.
You
Yeah,
pick the shit out
I'm
of it.
angry now. This thing has it.
Yeah.
This better be worth it. I swear.
You go to like start lock picking, and the lock shatters. And yeah, I mean it's still closed.
I mean,
It's now unlocked.
Okay. I'm going to. I mean, I open it. Whatever.
All right.
How much damage do I take?
Roll me a d4.
Oh dear.
A 2.
You find 1,000 gold.
Whoa!
Ooh.
That's it.
That's it.
So 333 for each of us. One of us gets 334.
I picked the lock.
I breath weaponed the force field.
Estrella did fall off.
I did
the
take the
cliff.
most damage.
That's true. You should take the 334.
Thank you.
And she also pickpocketed your brother.
Yeah, but I gave the opportunity to pickpocket with
Pickpocket. Pickpock.
with my
I
bird
pickpocket.
shit.
Alright. Yeah. So you guys have 1,000 gold. Split however you
Yes. Well,
desire.
I will take 334.
333 for me.
Uh,
How exciting. He doesn't say that. But I do.
I could
Uh,
afford that cloak. Actually, I could have afforded the cloak before, but that's beside the point. I wasn't going to buy it.
well, that's what you find.
Or...
Really not how I thought that was gonna go.
Yeah, same.
Can I, before we leave that, can I investigate the chest just to see if there's like, I don't know, like if I can find anything about like what the chest is made out of, like where it came from, if there's some sign of like who placed it there.
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah.
In fact, you guys can all give me investigation, or insight.
I'm doing way better now.
Uh,
See, I just had to start using my pink D20.
22.
For which one?
Insight.
Insight. Okay.
I have a 22
25.
investigation.
I got
22
25 insight.
Actually, I would get 24 insight, but I'm gonna do the 22 investigation, I think.
Okay. So I'm gonna answer the investigation one first. So you look in this box, in this chest, and you know, after you've unloaded all of the gold pieces from
Which
it,
we are now carrying a lot of gold. Just like
you are.
my pockets are
We
just.
should invest.
We should probably like convert these to
Open
platinum.
a banking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Imagine if I had you open it up and it's just a single platinum piece.
What if it's the same amount, but it's all in copper pieces?
No, it's an electrum.
Oh.
No,
There's no
true.
one
I still
exchanges
have my
those.
80
No one
electrum.
accepts those.
I still
Um,
have my 80 electrum.
I
that
was
don't
gonna
wanna get
say,
rid of because
does the
they're
Harry still
expensive.
have electrum? What's up,
Yeah.
Cade? Kate?
Me?
Yeah, what was the face?
My ankle like locked.
Oh. So you are kind of feeling around in this box, in this chest, and you are looking at the material, and it is made out of mithril.
Oh no.
Which, I mean, it's just a metal. But
But
it
you
is,
said mithril comes from the mines on the Dark Isles, right?
yeah, the Dark Islands are a mithril mine.
So
That's like their main
you
thing.
know
Um,
what's an interesting thought? Two thoughts actually. Thought number one is, you know how I was saying before that. Oh wait, maybe we should hear the insight before I say,
Yeah,
because I have an idea, but maybe I'm totally way off, so I want to hear the insight.
And I'm actually also going to say, though, with that 22 investigation, um,
I thought it was a 25
you-
investigation.
No, mine
No,
was
it's-
Or I
insight.
mean, it was.
Yeah.
We both
Um,
got. Oh, yours was 25 insight.
you
mine
guys
was
did
22.
insight, Zahara did investigation.
Oh, yeah, I confused.
Um, That, Zahara, you are kind of feeling around in this thing, and you're like knocking on the bottom, and it sounds hollow still.
I mean, we did just empty it out.
And you realize that the bottom feels
It has a
loose
false
in
bottom.
some places, and you find that it has a false bottom.
Ooh!
Um,
I would like to use my crowbar to pry it open.
Go for it. And let's see here. And I'm going to have you guys.
Die.
The end.
Now
That's
it's a
it, folks.
mimic. No.
It's hiding a mimic in its false bottom.
Yeah.
What if the mimic is really the friendship we made along the way?
All right. I would like
Sorry.
someone to roll me I want you to each roll me a d6.
I don't even have that out. Hold on.
You're a rogue. You should always.
Ooh, I got a
Well,
6.
yeah, but I haven't fought anything in so long.
I got a 2.
Okay.
I got a 2 as well.
Estrella, roll yours one more time.
I got a 1.
Okay. So you guys find, Zahara, when you look into that false bottom, the thing that catches your eye first is you see a vicious hand crossbow. Or I guess I should just say that it is a crossbow.
Oh.
As in
a
vicious,
hand-
as in the classification of weapon.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I should have made you guys figure that out. So that was my mistake.
I mean, with the 22 investigation.
Yeah, but that's not gonna tell you about
Yeah.
items.
I don't know what a vicious crossbow is.
Yeah, that's true. Only I would probably know what that means.
I know what it
Yes, but
means.
you're the DM, so it doesn't matter.
No, I mean, I know what it means because
Well,
of our
yes,
other
I know, but I'm just saying, out of the
Fair
three of us, I'm
enough.
the only one who probably knows what that means. So.
Yes. Cade, you find a half-plate armor of resistance.
Ooh.
Wait, so you're also telling us what these things are?
Yeah, I messed up on the first one, so I'm gonna say that they have labels on them.
Oh, how nice.
Someone labeled their treasure. They
Love
really
that.
wanted it to be organized.
So I know this is a vicious crossbow.
Yeah, so yours is a vicious crossbow.
I just want it's a crossbow that just has the word vicious carved into the side.
Yeah,
That's its name.
You vaguely think that maybe that's the mimic. It's just that one.
It's just that one.
So yours it's a resistance to cold.
Ooh.
And Estrella, you find a flame tongue greatsword.
Ooh.
I definitely can't use that.
Yeah, you might not be able to use
But
your
I can
items,
sell
but
it.
you always sell
Yes,
it.
so I take it. So so as in Taz with the insane sword.
Flaming rage.
Yeah, I
poisonous
take it and I
sword.
strap it to my back. I'm just kidding. I
show.
probably can't even lift it. I have a strength of -1.
So,
I mean, if anything, I'd be the only one who can with my strength of 0.
So just since I have it here, I will just tell you, Zahara, the vicious hand crossbow basically means that in any vicious weapon, when you roll a 20 on your attack roll, the target takes an extra 7 damage of whatever the weapon's type is.
Nice.
So, and then the for Cade, the armor resistance, you have resistance to 1 type of damage while you wear this armor, and you have cold, and so you have cold damage. And it is a, I think I said, what did I say? It's it's half plate, yeah. So I don't even know if you can
Probably
wear that
not.
necessarily.
I Bard, I highly doubt you can wear half plate.
Yeah.
Isn't that's heavy armor? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I can sell it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Estrella, this, I will say that this, while you may not be able to wield this Flame Tongue's greatsword, honestly, it's pretty much your aesthetic.
It does look rad. Maybe I'll learn how to wield a sword.
So the way that this this false bottom chest looks is that, like, Zahara is first in it. She's the one that discovers that it's there, and just pulls out this crossbow, this hand crossbow, and is kind of just like looking at the description that's on the little index card that's been put on the crossbow, and Cade looks in and pulls out this heavy armor, or tries to pull out this heavy armor, and sees that it's kind of got a glaze of frost on it, and a little index card, and then Zahara just pulls out this fucking flaming sword, like it's from the stone. It's you're pulling it from the stone, and then it's too heavy, so it kind of just falls forward.
Okay.
But the blade is ablaze. You can use a bonus action to speak the magic sword's command word, which on the index card that is attached to the hilt, it does say that the magic command word is Flameo.
Good.
Flameo Hotman.
And causing flames to erupt from the blade. These flames shed bright light in a 40-foot radius and dim light for an additional 40 feet.
At least I can get
while
light out of it.
Yeah. While the sword is ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 fire damage to any target it hits. The flame lasts until you use, a bonus action to speak the command word again, or until you drop or sheath the sword. So again, you might not be able to use these weapons, but you could always sell them.
I would like to also point out that I have used swords in my act before. I can't attack with them, but I've definitely used, maybe not a great sword, that's clearly a much larger endeavor, but saying, like, I could work this into my act. That's what Estrella's
I mean, if
thinking.
anything, like, we could carry it for, like, light, if, I mean,
all three of us might have to carry
for
it.
Zahara and Kate, at least, who can't really see in the dark.
Wait,
So
can
yeah,
I see in
you
the
guys
dark?
have these.
Oh yeah, I have dark vision.
Yeah, you guys have these cool things and 1,000 gold.
Sweet.
Yes.
I'm so glad I did investigation.
And actually, we
We're
are
out of time.
out of time. So
Can
as you guys, oh sorry,
yeah, I was gonna say,
insight.
because I never said
Sorry.
the thing I was gonna say either. So the insight.
Yeah, the insight. You don't quite know. You don't really. It's not like there's a name on this chest or anything. The handwriting is very neat and proper, and these things were placed into this chest with like great care. But you don't see like a name etched in the side anywhere. Actually, that's a lie.
Vicious. We saw the name Vicious.
Yes. No, when this actually goes along with Estrella's, sorry, not Estrella, Zahara's investigation check. You see the same kind of signature carved into the side that you saw on the podiums in the library, which, if Zahara, I'm assuming, pointed that out to Cade when they were in there, Cade probably saw it with, when Zahara pointed it out this time, you were able to use your insight to realize, like, oh, this is somehow connected to Lila? You don't know who Lila is, but Zahara does.
Yeah.
But why it was placed in this quarry, or even what this quarry was used for originally, you don't really know.
Okay.
Interesting.
So can I just say, before we cut out, I just wanted to say what my Rebecca's thought on this is.
Yeah.
So you know how I had that thought that maybe the Coven's Cove and that whole peninsula was transported elsewhere instead of just disappearing? What if this was transported, like somehow this quarry was transported from the Dark Isles? Since we don't have quarries, this is clearly Dark Isles stuff. I mean, it's mithril. And now, I assume you say there's a relation to the thing from the library, so I don't. Well, then Rebecca will just say that maybe it's like somehow related to Coven's Cove too because of that. I don't know, but so
Savannah.
it's just
So
yeah.
you're saying that it's not necessarily these locations getting transported to a different plane,
That was my original
but
thought, but
potentially to a different
area,
place on the map.
possibly,
A different area?
possibly. I mean,
Interesting.
or both. I don't know. It just seems like parts of the map are moving, or maybe that's totally not what's happening, and this is just
No, that would make sense, because, and then Zahara's gonna, like, actually, like, take out her notes, because she's been taking some notes about things. And I'm going to take out my notes, that I have, if it would load. Just, pretend that there isn't this big pause here after she says it. Or pretend she's just like shuffling around in through her bag, and she's gonna say, when Kite and I were in the library, there were 5 different podiums that corresponded with different locations. So the Isles, the Godly Peaks, the Hypnos, the Dark Islands, and the Shades. And each like tablet represented a different god, and each god has a different holy landmark that isn't necessarily in the section of the podium. So, for example, the Isles podium has the god of the mind, whose holy landmark is located in the Cape, which is not at the Isles. Or what else? Or the library, the podium section of the Dark Islands has the god of the grounds, whose holy landmark is located in the non-side. So there are connections between these different locations.
Yes, you're right. I don't know what to do with this information, but I do think we're on to something. Maybe if we just stand here long enough, we'll just be transported elsewhere. That's my only thought.
Tectonic plates.
Tectonic plates that just
Love
lift
that.
up and move elsewhere.
I am not giving up this theory. This theory is staying until
Is there-
I'm proven otherwise.
Sienna, does there appear to be, like, if we investigate the grass around, like, the edges of it, does it seem like it's been here for a long time, or or is there anything unusual about it, like it's, like, we investigate the
No,
nature
it-
around?
Oh, can I
Yeah.
investigate the nature around?
Sure. Give me a nature check.
Yes, I'm not gonna do that.
All right, that's going to be a. I have proficiency. It's only a +3, but 19.
Okay. So, the grass around here does look like it has been here for a while. This looks like it's part of the landscape.
Well, I suppose we can always just ask.
The grass does.
We can always just ask someone when we go into town to see if, like, it's always been there. I'm sure someone who actually lives in Dormashire would know.
Guile.
Oh yes, yes, we could absolutely
Let's
ask
ask
her.
Guile.
though. That's
Guile?
that's a hard name to say in my accent too. But yes, we should absolutely
Gail.
ask Gail. Anyway, I think that's all I've got for tonight.
I guess it's time
alright.
to get going then. And
So as you guys leave the quarry, you head back on your way, and the land starts to turn from forest and grassland to marsh. And there's one thick part of the road that kind of has been filled in to allow for a road that, goes in and out of Dormashire. And you've all been on some sort of form of this road because you've been to Dormashire before. And that is where we will end our session for today.
Alright.
Uh,
Alright, let me
so-
pull up the thingy.
Thank you guys so much for everything. Let me do this.
It's up.
The special
I already
thanks.
took care of it.
Whoop. Well, there it is. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're taking off next week, right? Is that what we
Yes.
said?
Well, next Friday, my computers will be in a box in a U-Haul.
Right.
So,
Right.
U-Haul.
So yeah, I mean, there's a theoretical possibility we could plan a different day to do it, but that's not for us to decide at this particular moment. So for right now, we will not be having a stream on Friday, but then we should be resuming our regularly scheduled stream after that, but we might change the date, like the day in the near future,
the
especially
week.
considering that Tim will no longer be able to attend, and we know other people who can't attend because it's Friday, and then our audience is severely lacking. So we will be considering other days in the near future. All right, good night, everyone.
Good night.
And I hope your moving goes well too,
good
Tim.
night, everybody.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Good
your
luck, Tim,
moving
with
is
your
a bit
move.
more intense than mine, probably too. So
Man, lots
I
of
would say
moving
so.
going on. Me, Rebecca, Tim.
yeah. All right.
Lots of
Bye,
moves.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.